Last time on Square Roots, Ethan drives the wrong way on the highway, Jayden does drugs, and Lieutenant Blake engages in some light police brutality. Later, Ethan gets a shock when he's faced with the coward's door. Also, Madison.
Welcome to Square Roots, the classic RPG podcast. My name is Jim Banks. I'm joined by Matthew Van Zant.
Hello, Jim. Hello, friends.
Johnny, sexy girl, Brandon.
Ooh, is that like the version of Sexy Boy, France's best song?
Can you show us your sexy dance, Johnny? How would you entice the club owner into...
Oh,
yeah.
That's so good.
Right.
Oh,
It's all on his shoulders. I like it.
Listen, I got to play through basically an episode of Alias, and I loved it. So...
Also joined by Vanessa.
I'm Vanessa.
And this is a podcast where we play and talk about your favorite classic RPGs one chunker at a time. And this is, we're playing Final Fantasy Heavy Rain. Third episode.
Final Fantasy Heavy Rain?
Yeah, almost done. There's one more episode in our Heavy Rain series, and then we'll get back to RPG business.
Is this what Stranger in Paradise is like?
Yeah, this is like Strangers in Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I believe this one is a prequel to Final Fantasy X.
Oh, this is what Yuna
Obviously,
did before she joined the priesthood.
Yeah, the Origami Killer is clearly Sin.
It's not Seymour? Oh, Seymour is the son of the construction magnate.
Oh, yeah. Watching cartoons. Having his parties.
Hey guys, speaking of awesome video games, have you heard any rumors about any upcoming video games you might want to share with the group?
I heard a real good rumor. Can I tell you about it, Jim?
Sure.
So this guy who runs I guess he runs like an import dealer in Australia where they import like Japanese K cars, which are those like super teeny tiny little square cars that can fit into small parking spaces in Japan.
Yep.
He said he was posting on his account that, oh, hey, there's someone from Forza here taking photos of my K cars. So everyone's thinking now this means the next Forza Horizon is going to be set in Japan, which would be, that's a great idea. Like the toge, like downhill stuff, like Initial D, you got all the drifting. You got a lot of different environments because you have snow to beach, tropical, like, I don't know. I wonder if it would be like Okinawa or what. There's a lot of different places you could set it that would be really cool for like Tokyo downtown and the highways. I guess they could do different regions as DLC too, but that's a great idea. What an awesome idea setting it in Japan.
That is a cool idea, yeah.
Very excited. Although it is just a rumor. It's gossip. It might not be true. They just were looking at cars. They could be doing a DLC for the current one.
They could just be putting lots of cars in their good old-fashioned American racing game. And it could be Heartland Race, and you race against Japanese cars in your really cool Dodge truck. And the Dodge truck always wins because America's number one.
The last one was Mexico.
Well, that just cannot stand.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that a bunch of games have been delayed because of Hollow Knight Silksong?
That
like
makes
Vampire
no
the
sense.
Masquerade Bloodlines 2?
What are you
Like
talking
my
about?
game,
No.
Hollow Knight Milf Thong.
Wouldn't it be Swallow Night Milf?
Oh
Thong?
yeah, Swallow Night Milf Thong, which got pulled thanks Visa and MasterCard.
Swallow Night Milk Dong.
No, Milf Thong's funnier.
Milk Dong just sounds fucking gross.
Sounds like a candy.
Anyway.
Like you're milking a dong.
I get
think
it. It's
sounds
just not
like
as
a
good.
Pure,
Yeah, we got it.
pure milk dong, delicious sweet treat. Take it on the road.
Some of the much anticipated games that have been brutally pushed back, thanks Silk Song, are Demon School, Eterna, Lucis, Baby Steps.
No,
Oh no, baby steps!
I
Little Witch in the
genuinely want to
Woods.
play that, Matt. Baby Steps is
And-
the husky boy walking simulator.
Yeah.
Mega Bonk,
Mega bonk.
among others. Yeah.
Like Bonk's Adventure? Is it a Bonk's Adventure sequel?
Yeah, I think it is actually. Mega Bonk,
Oh.
the Bonk's Adventure sequel.
I would play
famous
that.
indie, famous
Yeah,
indie franchise.
but it's like, you know
Bonk's
how, like,
Adventure.
Streets of Rage 4 was kind of an indie game, even though it was based on Streets of Rage, which was like a big Sega game. But that was sort of an indie game developer that made it. Like the Wonder Boy games and stuff. I could see Bonk being made by by Lizard Cube or .mu or whatever.
Does anybody else have any cool hot gaming news? Hint: there's one for Jim and one for Vanessa in there.
I got some cool hot gaming news. Last week we talked about how Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 was available for pre-order, and they also made the exciting announcement that they were dropping a day one DLC with two of everybody's favorite clans, Toreador and Lambada or something like that. And
La Bamba.
yeah, La Bamba, and you had to buy the DLC if you wanted to play as those clans. Everyone loved that. They thought it was a great idea, but nevertheless, the developers have come out and said, "Hey, we got some messages about how
They got some death threats.
Seems
They got some hate
yeah."
mail.
They said we're making too much money on sales of this DLC.
Yeah,
We've
I think
decided
that was
just
the
to
thing.
give it
They were
away.
like, you know what? We thought it
Aw.
over. We decided that we love our community and that probably we won't put them behind the paywall, but we haven't decided for sure
Wait,
yet.
didn't you look last
Please
week and it was
pre-order our game.
$10,000?
No, it was undefined. There wasn't a
Oh.
price.
Okay.
Undefined US dollars.
No,
So
it's
if they're-
Las Sombras, right? The clan?
So if they are going to include the clans in the game instead of doing them as DLC, what clans should they paywall behind DLC?
Orcs.
Oh, that's a great question.
Orcs. Now there's an interesting clan. I assume that they are green of skin and tusked
and beefy.
and beefy.
And
of
wearing
course.
loincloths.
Oh, so these aren't modern orcs that are just like green nerds.
Well, no. Like modern orcs.
Yeah, I would say the gangrel, is that what they're called? The ones that are like very bestial and essentially werewolves. No one like those. Put them behind a thing. We actually do have pricing updates. Now you are available to pre-order 3 exciting tiers via Steam. You can get the base game for $60 US. You can get the
Okay.
base game plus the Santa Monica Memories Cosmetic Pack
On
for
the streets of Santa Monica.
for $70 US. Or you can get the premium game, which includes the base game, Santa Monica Cosmetic Pack.
Oh,
Shadows
shit.
and
On the
Silk,
streets of Santa
including
Monica.
the La Sombra playable clan and the Toreador playable clan for the low, low price of $90 US. That's right, with taxes,
Wow,
probably
so
looking at
that-
$100.
Does it let you play?
Sounds like a good deal.
Does it let you play early?
No. At least I don't
Anyway,
think so.
I think they should release some like cool woke clans, you know?
Ooh.
I think that's a good idea. Like we could have the
Like there's a
Hom-
Latinx clan.
the
No, there is the Bruja.
You all
Yeah, but
clan
they're-
could be one, and we could have like the transsexual clan, right? And those would be like similar but not the same clan.
Are they from Transylvania?
Oh yes,
Oh, there you go.
the trans clan is from Transylvania for sure. Of course, we would have the pink clan, and that would just be all pink-haired. You know, they'd all have pink hair.
What about that clan
Or
that
we'd call them
dances
the Rainbow
to
Clan, and it would be people with like multicolored hair.
Thomas the Tank Engine at their clubs with their glow sticks?
Excuse me? Oh, like the Rave Clan?
Yeah.
Are
I don't
raves
know what's
woke
woke
now?
about that. Okay, but I like it. No, I like where your head's at, and that's fine. We could have a Rave Clan. Jim, throw some clans out there.
Yeah.
Wrestler.
Luchador
Luchador.
clan. You could have a ninja
Luchador.
clan.
Ninja Clan,
Luchador
come on.
clan.
Ooh, would the Ninja
Pirate
Clan be
Clan.
like... I know that this is not accurate, so don't at me, listeners, but would the Ninja Clan be like the Chinese vampires that hop and run away from rice? Because that would be pretty fucking fun. That's a fun idea.
That's a different country.
I just said I know that. They're close. They're close to each other.
Oh, is the American clan the one that has the stepped pyramids and traditionally makes meals such as tacos and burritos?
Yes.
You could have like
yeah,
the gym leader clan, which is all like roid head boys. That
Oh, yeah.
mostly just lift.
Ooh.
wait.
lifting
I want to
clan.
play. I want to play too. What if there was a British alternative stand-up comedian clan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
And their leader is Jimmy Carr.
Their leader's Jimmy Carr. I said alternative. I was talking about your weird character comics. Jimmy Carr is
Okay.
very mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Carr would totally be a Ventrue.
Anyway, you can have all of these ideas for free. Whoever the developer of who is it? Bloober? I think Bloober's developing this game, right? It feels like a Bloober game.
What's it, Chinese Room? Are they the ones who are developing it now?
Yes, yeah, it was Chinese room, wasn't it?
I mean, if they can't figure out a way to work in some sort of clan
what-
of hopping
what I've
vampires, what are we even doing here?
Well, weren't
What
there
I've heard
hopping
is that
vampires?
a lot of this.
There were in the first game, weren't there? Like
Were there?
you do, yeah. I'm
Yeah, in the first-
almost.
Game you could play many clans.
But you met them. I don't think you could play as them.
Which ones? You could play as all of them.
No, but there was like because they weren't vampires. They were whatever they're called. I forget the name. Yeah, it's not coming to me. But didn't you meet that lady who was part of that clan, and you had to like do quests for them? It's a whole part of the
What are you
game.
talking about? I think it's pretty clear what we need to do. In preparation of the dropping of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, we don't remember the first game. We
Oh,
don't
no.
know what we're
No,
talking about when
no,
it comes
no.
to clans.
You're
we
right.
have, we're getting towards the end of this series. So I'm happy to announce that our next game that we play on the show will be Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Again.
I think you mean Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. I don't even want to talk to you right now. I just don't. I don't want to do this. Hey,
Like Red Dead Redemption.
did you all hear that No Man's Sky is getting another massive update called Voyagers? Why are they still putting out
Yeah.
updates for this game? I don't understand.
I
People
I
are
Where's
played
the
it.
money
One
coming
lets you-
from?
This one lets you get and maintain a ship with your friends, and it essentially makes the game like multiplayer.
The game's still like doing well. I got the well, actually no. I bought a used disc for $10 for the PS4 a few years ago, and I put that in my PS5, and it lets me play it on the PS5 in VR, which is pretty cool. And so I want to try some more in the VR. It was neat. You can like pull stuff off your back. I know Matt hates it when I talk about VR, but No Man's Sky VR is pretty neat.
I think the people
Wow.
who love No Man's Sky really love No Man's Sky.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad that game found like a second life after its disastrous launch.
Yeah, they fixed it.
I heard a hot gaming rumor that you guys heard about this new Hellraiser game that's coming out.
No.
Hellraiser.
What's a Hellraiser?
Not only did they give an extended preview of it this week, which included 40 minutes of gameplay for people at maybe this was at Gamescom, but apparently it's pretty good, and they're like, there's no way based on what's in this preview that it doesn't get like an adults only rating. So they're like, they imagine there's some stuff that's probably going to be cut. They said the opening cutscene had a lot of full frontal nudity. But when they offered pre-orders for the game, they had the deluxe edition came with a copy of the game signed by Clive Barker, and there were only a few of them offered, and they sold out quickly. Well, now they're opening up these pre-orders for more, and the other people, such as myself, who pre-ordered the version below the Clive Barker version, you can upgrade and get it signed by Clive Barker for just $50.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He would touch your game.
I know. I'm not gonna do it though. Like if I want a pervert to sign a video game for me, I'll just mail some to John.
Oh, thank you.
Or David Cage.
Or David Cage.
Do y'all remember? I have one last piece of hot goss for you. Do y'all remember that Dark Souls JRPG that came out earlier this year? I can't remember what it was called.
A Stranger in Paradise.
Is Obscure Clarity.
That sounds right.
Club 33.
Existential 33. Claire Obscure director has teased a sequel and confirmed that Expedition 33 is, quote, not the end.
Whoa.
Well, so for those of you that love JRPG Dark Souls, I got great news for you.
Expedition 34.
No, they actually go. It goes the other way.
Oh.
I bet it'll be like a prequel, like fucking Claire Obscure Exposition 0. Fuck off.
Ooh, I would love to play on Expedition 2.
You
That'd
would.
be cool.
Fuck it.
They're just babies.
There's cool expeditions that they mention in the game. You don't really know much about the game, do you, John?
I like that idea. It's like a Muppet Babies version of Expedition 33.
Oh,
so.
man. Like
It's
a
the
My
same
Friendly
game,
Neighborhood, but
they're
Expedition
just like
33.
they're little infant-sized characters, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
look like Muppets. They look like
Yeah.
puppets. And the puppet monsters in Expedition 33, I guess, would then have to actually look like real. You have to swap it. You have to swap it. You know what I'm talking about? The doll people? They'd have to be real.
I haven't played
the
this
Saka
game.
Patates.
Patates?
Potatoes.
Saka Patate.
Sack of
Patatas?
potato.
We all love patatas.
Yeah.
The best
that's
cat.
The best cat.
All right, you guys ready to talk about Heavy Rain after we plug our streams?
Heck yes. Except probably we should amend the record when I did say we were going to play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines next.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Should we announce our next game now?
Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, why not? Matt, what's the next game? It's your choice, buddy.
Oh my God, you guys are going to be so excited. I'd made the most exciting pick I could think of. It's new, it's fresh, you won't believe it. It's Final Fantasy V!
Wow.
Yay. After
I
I got
just
that,
wanted-
People will be excited about that.
There's a lot of stuff I'd like to pick and other things I'd like to get these guys to play, you know. But at the end of the day, I thought I really want to. This is the last mainline Final Fantasy game I feel like we really need to play on
what about
this show.
13?
13.
Don't give a shit about 13.
What about 13
What about
too?
Don't give a shit about
15?
15.
What about
Don't give a shit about
13?
16.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Well, you're welcome to disagree, and I don't make the rules or anything, but since it's my pick, I'm picking the game that is the last of the Final Fantasies I feel like we really need to play, of what I consider, the good Final Fantasies, which are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it.
What about 12?
What about
And
12?
We did 12.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it's one of the good ones.
You're right. 12. Those are the ones. To me, that's like the golden age. I think 1 through 3. We did 1, which is cool. And I wouldn't hate to do 2 and 3 sometime, but I don't feel like either of those have enough of a plot. We did Final Fantasy 1 in 2 episodes. It's not that they don't have a plot at all. It's just that it's thin.
Yeah.
And then after 12, I think that they're pretty much garbage. The one that I would like to do on the show is 16, but it's not a big deal. But anyway, 5's the last one that we haven't really done that I've always felt like we needed to. I want to get it out of the way. We're going to do it. Won't be a long series, I think. In fact, I should look it up right now. How long?
After I played...
How long to beat Final Fantasy 5?
After I played Final Fantasy 1... No, or 4 on the Pixel Remaster, I'm going to play the next one on the GBA, because I don't like those Pixel Remasters that much.
Have you ever played a Final Fantasy Online?
I have not.
Have we played it?
Have you?
I've played 11 and 14. I've put a lot of time into 14 during the pandemic. I finished the first main quest before the expansions.
Does it feel like a Final Fantasy, or does it feel like an MMO?
It feels like an MMO.
Okay.
It's got a lot of fan service. Yeah.
Anyway, Final Fantasy V, the how long to beat says is 31 hours. So that should be another little 5-ish episode series, I think. And then we'll do another vote.
And the results will be Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Nobody seems excited about Final Fantasy V, and you guys are really making me...
To be honest, I know, like, it's probably the Final Fantasy I know the least about.
Yeah, I don't think I've
I know
ever
almost nothing
finished
about
it.
I know it's got that brings back the job system from Final Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy Tactics, so I'm excited about that. And somebody in the Discord recently said that it's kind of more of a comedy than a serious
It is.
Final Fantasy. So that'll be an interesting change of pace for the
in the
Final Fantasies.
Shakespeare kind of sense, I think.
Oh, really?
No, it's not like a slapstick.
Well, I think there's some of that too, but there's
slapstick.
there's
Is
stuff.
it like that Charles Barkley game we played?
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
hope
like it's like a guy is turned into a donkey, and then the Queen of the Fairies falls in love with him, and chases him
Spoilers.
around. And, yeah.
Anyway, and we have not played a Final Fantasy since we did Rebirth last year, over a year ago. So excited to... Not Rebirth. Yes, Rebirth. Yeah. Over a year ago. That was last, July that we finished that up, so... Of 24. So anyway, Final Fantasy V. That's your next game. Hey, did you know that we have a YouTube channel?
I
knew
did.
about that.
We have a YouTube channel over at youtube.com. It is the Square Roots Podcast channel. You're going to have to search it up because we don't know what the address is.
We don't know. We don't want to know.
No, we don't. Where we stream every single Wednesday night without fail. We never skip it. And right now we're streaming Secret of Evermore. Whoa.
If it's
Jim
ever a
also-
Wednesday night and there isn't a stream, there's something wrong with your internet.
Yeah. That's what's going on.
Yeah, and you should
Adjust
call
your
YouTube
internet
at
accordingly,
1-800-U.tube and complain to them and not to us, because we're there. We're streaming. If you can't see it, it's not our problem.
Jim also and John and Vanessa all often stream at random times on there, so hit that subscribe button and check it out. There's tons of playthroughs of classic RPGs, as well as other classic games, and as well as lots of new
Other
stuff.
stuff that Jim plays.
Yeah, lots of new stuff that Jim likes to play, like South Park games or Alan Wake, and I don't think you've done Alan Wake, actually.
Doing God of War right now.
Resident Evil, God of War, lots of stuff. So go check that out. And before we dive
I
into
recently played the demo for Hell Is Us, that new PS5 game that's coming out. Not bad.
I
Also,
discovered a
while
game
you're
today that
over-
I want to play. It's a fully FMV murder mystery game set in a little
Contradiction.
Really fun.
I've suggested this several times for the show. I will have you know, like the stream.
The one that Vanessa posted?
Yes.
No, I'm pretty sure I discovered this, Johnny. And it was my idea to stream it with you and Jim. So I get full credit. And
Okay.
I'm looking forward to
I wanna
my
watch-
dream coming true.
If we're talking about streaming dreams, I would love for Johnny to stream that game that I played on stream one time called At Dead of Night, where you're in an English hotel and you're being chased by the
Oh,
God.
right.
No,
Yeah.
I never want to
owner
see
with
that
the
game
baseball
again.
I would love it if Johnny.
I think I should stream something that I'm still badly equipped to handle, like that Alien Isolation game.
Hell
Although I think
yeah.
Jim did as badly as I would, so I don't feel that bad.
terribly at it.
Anyway, go check that out. And while you're at YouTube, there's another channel we'd like you to check out, and that's Johnny's personal channel,
Ooh.
Bears in Games Neo. Tell us about that, Johnny.
Well, I'm working on some new videos. I'm working on 2 videos at once in a cool way, because I've got a big Kubert Opens Worlds where it's like a multi-hour epic video where I talk about an open world game from the past. It's maybe recent, maybe far off past. Right now I'm editing my video on Driver Parallel Lines, the one set in the 70s, and you're not playing as Tanner, and it's set in New York City, and you see the Twin Towers and everything. It's it's a game. I like it, but it's not a great game. Is my so far. But I have been recording footage of myself playing the game Fist of the North Star Fitness Boxing, which is a boxing game where you punch beefy boys, is kind of the idea. But it's mostly an exercise game. There's not too much PvE content. And I challenged myself to play 10 days of it over 2 weeks. Today is day 4. I will be doing my 4th workout tonight. This was a mistake. Actually, you know what? I'm less sore today than I was in previous days. There is a stretching component before and after. It's just activating some muscles I haven't really used that much, like my lats and rhomboids and stuff.
Rhomboids? What's a rhomboid?
The side ones, what are they called? Like
Your lats and your delts?
no, like the side, like when you're twisting. It's the side of your abs.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in boxing because you have to twist to throw your weight. Yeah. And there's a DLC that came out, but I'm not going to review it until it goes on sale because it is $35 dudes. But it is big man. Like one of the modes is just you punching Hart, the big guy from like one of the early Fist of the North Star comics, which is pretty funny. Anyway, so that's Bears and Games Neo. Look forward to these videos coming out soon. One of my videos got randomly picked up on the algorithm and got like an extra couple of thousand views over the past week, which was interesting.
Which one?
Yeah. It was like one of the ones I made on my previous channel, but exported to this one on comparing the difference between PS3 Gran Turismo and PS2 Gran Turismo. Because PS2 Gran Turismo had an HD mode, and PS3 Gran Turismo you can play in SD mode, and sort of showing how they sort of look a lot alike. It's just a cute little video. An early, like 1 minute one that I originally made for TikTok before I realized YouTube was more fun and interesting. Anyway, that's it. How about we go downstairs into the evidence dungeon?
Yes, please.
Ooh. This chunker starts off real good. Let me ask you guys a question to kick us off this week. Would you cut off the tip of one of your fingers to save your son?
I'd do it just for the fuck of it.
All the implements in this burned out apartment building look pretty unsanitary.
Oh yeah, he needs an antibiotic right now. Well, don't worry, Johnny, because they're going to disinfect that wound.
Oh,
Wound.
good.
Yeah, so this chapter opens in like the hallway of an apartment building, and there's all these like
Cute
what are they made of,
ceramic.
like plaster. Yeah, ceramic little alligators
They're
and lizards that are on the floor. Geckos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're little geckos.
Alligators.
One of them has a key in it. You bust it open. Get
It's
the
the
key,
second
open the
one
door.
you find, so.
It's the second one you find. Yeah, you're not hunting for very long.
I busted all of them anyway. Because
Did you get an achievement?
Screw this Origami Killer and his little figurines.
You didn't get an achievement, did you?
No, I don't think
Jim
so.
would be
No.
so mad if you got an achievement and he didn't get it.
I feel like I missed out on a few achievements in this chunker.
Did
Oh, no.
busting them all make
Replay.
you feel good, Vanessa?
Busting them made me feel real good. I was like, listen, Jigsaw, if you're going to take all this time to put these little figurines all over the place, they obviously mean something to you, which means they mean nothing to me. Smash, smash.
You showed them.
You get into this little apartment, and there's a little screen there that when you hit it says that you have 5 minutes to find something, or you don't even have to find anything. Just chop off the tip of one of your fingers, and you'll get the next clue.
Origami
Sean
Killer is spending so much money on like iPads and other
When did
tablets.
this come
true.
out in relation to Saw? That's what I want to know.
5 years late? No, Saw was like right after 9/11, right? Like that was 2002.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I saw that in high school.
So like
I'm pretty sure.
9 years later, there's a
That
lot of
was
Saws.
2021.
What?
2021.
Saw 1? No, it wasn't.
What are you talking about?
You just said Saw
two-
came out
two-
in
two-
2021,
2004.
sir.
2004. Sorry, I said 2001. I thought.
You said 2021.
Oh, it was
You did
2021.
indeed.
Sorry, it was
like a
2004.
maniac.
Oh, okay.
So,
Later than I thought.
Okay. Yeah, I just, it seemed pretty clear. It seems pretty clear that this game is pretty heavily inspired, right?
Yeah, it's like he really wanted to make a Saw meets the Bone Collector or other like Z-list mystery like 7 wannabe.
He goes for the easiest, like the hackiest way of going about it, which is, you're going to have an instant connection if it's your child that's in danger.
Well, if it wasn't, you'd be like, I mean, what's this kid cool? You'd have to really think about
I'd
it.
say that like David, I feel like David Cage wants you to think about what you're doing, but doesn't like know how to do it in the story, because like he could like slow things down and have the character like say something interesting about what he's feeling or the morality of what he's doing, but you just do the thing. That's it. Like the game doesn't ruminate on anything.
You can
Yeah.
you
Gotta
can
do
press
your
the
own
ruminate
thinking.
button.
Yeah, that's true.
There is the inner monologue rumination button, I guess.
But
I
that's
always
nothing. That's
forget to
just
use
like-
that.
But it's just
Me
it's
too.
never anything interesting. It's just like it's almost like a quest log where it's like I have to do this. Okay.
But except for there's a gameplay use to it in this chunker where you can like find weapons by thinking about them, and then it changes how that
Wait,
scene
wait.
goes.
Are you talking about in this scene?
No, but later on.
Okay.
I thought it was really generous of the Origami Killer to just have you do the tip of your finger. Like,
Yeah.
I've known people who are missing the tip of their finger. You would never even notice it.
Yeah. Oh, Ethan does cut all the way up to the fucking knuckle, though.
Does he?
Yes.
Well, I mean, in
What
mine
did you
he
guys
like
use to cut your finger off? That's what I want to know. Because like you can, there's a few instruments around the apartment that you can use to separate your finger from the rest of your body. I'm curious what you guys used.
I went axe.
There's a hatchet, so why would you not use the hatchet?
How would you find the hatchet? I saw the hatchet on the floor, but like I couldn't pick it up. I don't know why.
It was
I
by-
used
it was
my
by the
hands
wall.
to
To it and
pick
picked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a
There are
saw,
also
but
some
that's
scissors, which I don't know
It
if that would
does-
even work.
No, that doesn't seem as effective as a hatchet. Jim, it does suck at, like, if you get too close to something, it won't let you interact with it. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
You have to be like a step away from something to interact with it, and that's always a
and
friction.
you have to walk in like 5 different circles to try and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found too. There's a chef's knife, like a chopping knife that's stuck in the wall of the kitchen.
Yeah.
I pulled that out and chopped my finger off with that.
So I grabbed that first, but then when I was walking back, I saw the hatchet and was like, well, that seems like it's going to be a lot easier.
I do like that it gives you 5 minutes to walk around and think about it before you do
Yeah,
it.
because you
I had
only
so
need
much
about 30
time left.
seconds. Yeah. I wondered if
Yeah,
after I did it, I wondered if I had like gone into the bathroom, could I have found some more like disinfectant and
Oh
bandages?
yeah, but it did seem like this apartment building had caught fire. Like most of the stuff here was a little toasty.
There's a propane tank in the kitchen. I was wondering if maybe
Yeah,
you could
there
like
is.
propane your
Oh,
finger
like
off,
in.
or-
I assume that's a France thing, right?
Melt your finger off?
I don't know.
That sounds way worse than just hitting it with a fucking axe.
This, I think I've used the saw last time.
Oh my
That's
god,
gnarly.
the's a saw? Come on,
Yeah.
Ethan, you
Yeah, there's a
fucking
saw.
idiot.
Well, I was a kid. I was only like 32.
Ugh. Anyway, the action to do it is like really complex and fucking annoying. And if you mess up, then you have to start it all over. And he does this like, like jerks his arm back.
Yeah, it's all shaky.
You know what he should have done is like that thumb trick that you can do where it looks like you're popping up your thumb, but you don't.
Yeah, he's like, all right, Origami Killer, here I go.
Yeah. oh, I did it. Look, I'm holding the tip of my thumb.
For the listeners at home, Vanessa was pushing her thumb through her middle and index finger so that it looked like she was holding it in between. Anyway.
It's off. Oh,
A lot of magic tricks you can do here. Yeah, Ethan just
Yeah.
was not thinking this one through.
If Ethan was good at close-up magic, none of this would have ever happened.
It's true.
For one thing, he could have produced his wallet immediately and saved his first son from dying.
Yeah, if he just had his cash in his front pocket like a normal person.
Matt said we were serial killers because that's where we keep our wallets.
Absolutely fucking bizarre. Keep your wallet in your front pocket.
Yeah, I keep my cat in my front pocket. She does not. Fortunately, I have Jinkos, so it does work, but...
So next chapter, you can play this next chapter 2 ways. If you've already alienated Madison and she's not around anymore, then you play as just Ethan, or you play as Ethan or Madison trying to help Ethan escape this little crummy building that he's in.
So Madison pulls up on her motorcycle and sees that there is a very obvious stakeout, a bunch of cop cars sitting outside, or like undercover cop cars staring at the door, and decides to just walk in like she owns the place, which instantly tips the cops off, which is weird because this is an apartment building.
Yeah, she might.
But it
just
seems to be a
live there.
burnt down apartment building.
Is it burnt down?
I don't
Yes.
know. That one, at least that one apartment seemed to be fire
Yeah,
damaged.
but maybe he just collected furniture, like from the
Is
side
this
of
the
the road.
apartment on Maple Street that
Yes.
they keep going on? Okay.
It's not Maple, it's like Bubble Street or something, isn't it?
Marble Street?
Marble.
Marble Street, that's it.
She finds Ethan downstairs in like the front entryway
Like in
of
the
the
foyer,
apartments,
yeah.
laying there half dead because he has been beaten to shit. And
Because
is
he's
bleeding all
real
over
sad
the
about
place.
his finger. Yeah, he's like,
How do
"Oh,
you
maybe
alienate Madison?
Yeah, how do
What?
you do that?
Oh, like you can be mean to her and she won't help you.
Oh, yeah.
Does she
okay.
wait?
Yeah.
Does she go away from the game if you do that?
I don't think that'll happen until later.
Oh, okay. But she won't help you here. Now, I remember failing this section.
Wow.
I
Do you
didn't this
remember that
time.
from
Remember it?
this playthrough or from before?
No, from my original playthrough. This time I did it all correct. I found a window and moved a box. Madison's a quick thinker. She saw the cops outside and realized there's no time and got Ethan safely out the window.
Out the window, down the alley, across the street, into the subway,
Oh,
across
right, yeah.
the tracks, and then into a subway car on the other side of the tracks. I was so far ahead of the cops that they didn't know what the fuck was going
Yeah.
on. I imagine if you're slow, they start to catch up with you. I imagine they can catch you. Is that correct?
Yeah, I
Jim?
think I got caught in the apartment building
What?
as Ethan.
If you do get
Wow,
caught,
you were going real slow.
if you do get caught, do they take Ethan to the hospital and reattach his fingertip? Because it hasn't been that long, and it should.
Well,
be
I don't
possible.
think the cops ever bothered to search upstairs because I think they would have had some thoughts about Ethan maybe not actually being the origami
Yeah,
killer.
no kidding.
Why
they can't just go
do you
into
say
every
that?
random apartment.
Well, because there's like a screen. So why would he have set up this challenge and cut off a finger in front of a camera?
Would they believe any of that, though? They would go into an apartment, they would find his finger and a bunch of blood, and they would find a tablet that I assume that they would not be able to access.
Why not? They're cops.
And he would have...
Okay, first of all, Norman, he's got Ari. Like that thing
Yeah,
could
he's
do
a
anything.
Norman's not there.
He's a Virtua cop.
Where's-
Norman's not
where-
there.
where's
It's just
Norman?
Lieutenant Blake. We're going to find out in a couple of chapters where Norman is.
Okay, fine.
Well, Norman's technically outside the building right
Yeah,
now.
he's-
Yeah, he's
in
outside
car
the
with
car.
Blake.
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He lives
is!
for me.
yeah. Me
Maybe
too.
You
he
guys
wasn't
keep
for
saying
you
that he's there,
because-
but you don't know.
I
Well,
do
Because
know.
Blake is
Different
like, come in
playthroughs.
here with me, and he's like, I don't know that it's Mars that we should be looking for. And they have a little argument about it, and it gives you a little extra time to escape.
It's true. Anyway, so I'm just saying, like, if they did their jobs, they would have figured out that maybe something's up.
American cops famously
really-
are great at their jobs.
Oh, that's true.
What's weird to me is Ethan's theory about what's going on. I guess we'll get to that in a minute. But so we can escape here. We leave the building. We can escape the police by walking incredibly slowly across the street. I can't believe the cops don't catch us as we're walking across the street.
I thought that this
down
could have been a
into-
QTE, but it's the traffic's at a standstill, so it's very easy.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you walk down to the subway terminal, through the terminal, and then across the tracks, and then once you're on the
Where
other
the
side
viaduct looms like a bird of doom
through
as
on
it
the other
shifts
side, you're
and cracks. He does have a red left hand because his hand is full of blood.
I was watching
I
Jim
really
stream
liked-
this chapter, and he went directly forward. I went to the platform on the right, and then it's like identical. It doesn't matter which one you do. The same stuff happens.
Oh,
It's
like
the
on
same
the stairway
platform.
down?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the stairway down, there's 3 ways you can go. You can go down the middle where the people are. I don't know what was on the right. You went on the right, didn't you, Vanessa? Mm-hmm. And then there's a left one that's totally empty. I went straight down the middle and just went through everyone.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I went to the right, and it was the same.
Oh, I really like this. I thought this was clever and interesting. There's so many things that are almost great in this game. It's like, you know, like a chase like this, if it wasn't a QTE, would have. Although, yeah, you know what? Most of this wasn't a QTE until you get to the tracks. Before that, it is just like walking around, and I really like that.
Yeah.
And it's something that still hasn't really been done. Like escaping from someone in a crowded area hasn't really been done in a game like this.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought it was cool. That's my hot take.
All right, so next chapter, chapter 28, Jayden Blues.
Could you get hit by the metro here?
I don't think so. I don't think this chapter has a death risk.
Oh, okay. Now that I know, because not knowing that when I played through it in 2010 made every chapter really like terrifying.
Really tense.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
think like you could die any time. Because I'd heard that. I'd heard that, like you could lose any number of characters in this. So I was like, any of these QTEs, I was like, ah.
So this next chapter we play is Norman Jayden. We have to investigate. Are we investigating evidence in this one?
Wait,
No,
before
he's
that,
just having a fucking withdrawal. He's just having withdrawals.
I did do
Yeah.
He's in
chapter
his hotel room.
27 in my first playthrough, where Ethan is in prison and Madison has to get
That one's technically after this one. I think.
Oh, is it? Okay, sorry.
I put it in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so chapter 28 you play as Jayden, and he suffers a withdrawal to his tryptocane or whatever it is.
I want to know what David Cage thinks withdrawals are, because it sure as fuck ain't this.
It
I
isn't when you
loved-
start getting a nosebleed and then you're like, oh no.
I
And
love
then you're
this.
transported to a magical fairy realm of a beautiful cottage and a field and a river.
But I think
and
it's because the glasses are messing with him and the medicine is what keeps him in
Yeah.
reality.
I really like this. I thought the opening, it was very inspired by The Shining. Everything that David Cage does is just a rip off of something else that's better. But so it opens with a waiter type guy, or a maitre d' guy coming up to you and saying oh, I don't know. I really like the writing in French where he's Monsieur knows that he needs to stop this, right? Monsieur knows that if he keeps doing this, he's going to die. And I thought that was a really great scene. This whole
And you
subplot,
get to play the piano.
why?
I did get.
This is not a character that we know. It's just
Yeah.
a random dude that walks up to you and is like, "Hey, stop doing drugs."
Yeah, but he's where? But Matt, where are you at the beginning of this?
Or at the hotel.
You're in a cool piano lounge playing the piano. And you
Oh,
can
that's
get a
right.
trophy
I
for playing
forgot about this
flawlessly on the piano, which I
missed
did,
the
and
first
I know
note.
that
I
Jim
missed
did
the
not.
first note, Vanessa. But
Wow, call me out.
Well,
right on
I got the
I
impression he wasn't in a cool piano lounge, and that was the VR, and the guy was a VR guy. That's at least the impression I got from this.
Well,
Why would a
I
VR
think it's
guy tell him to
supposed
stop
be-
doing drugs?
Because
He does though.
because he's his best friend and lover.
yeah,
He,
it's like
I
The
think at the
Shining.
beginning. I think at the beginning of this, you're supposed to believe that he might be in a cool piano bar, but then
Yeah.
when he starts to trip out later, he starts to flash in and out of
Yeah,
places,
exactly.
And then you hear you hear the bartender talking to you. There's a VO from the bartender in that.
But
in
it's
that
just,
sequence, too.
but it's not like a new VO. He hears what the bartender said to him again. So you could
Yeah,
also say he's
I
just
think-
recalling the thing that was said
Yeah,
to
I
him
think this is
recently.
what do you call it? It's not definite. I think you can interpret this a few different ways, and my interpretation is that he was in VR and coming out of VR, and
I
that
thought
the
it was
the
clearly VR.
yeah, I
At
thought
no
so too.
point- At no other
I thought.
point in this game has the VR shown that there are other characters walking around in the VR.
But he's
And
wearing
now there
his
is.
glasses and glove when he's there.
I really like this. I thought this was really cool. I like the subplot. I think it's more interesting than the rest of the game in a way. Like if it had just been about Norman Jayden and his weird VR addiction solving crimes, I think that would have been cool.
I think that this is the sexiest chapter we've had so far because once Jayden starts getting his withdrawals, you can distract him. You get to move him around, try to get him to do something else, and he does the hardest thing any man can do, get
Yep.
into a shower in a full suit and tie.
Oops, I didn't do that.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Vanessa finds men in withdrawal extremely sexy.
I tried going in the hallway and I went into the
Yeah, I did
screen.
that.
I think if you go out of the screen, there's a different thing that happens. Because
You can walk down the hall, but it just repeats.
oh, okay.
Now, I took him to the bathroom, a Casino Royale style. Spoiler for
I took him to
Casino
the
Royale.
bathroom and he slammed his head into the fucking mirror, which, what?
Oh,
Oh wow, that
that
didn't
seems
happen
less
to me.
healthy.
Yeah, I tried doing a few things, like looking around. He started breaking things at the hotel room. I was like, "Geez, but you're gonna lose your deposit."
Calm down, buddy.
Yeah.
And then eventually I took the trypticane and flushed it down the toilet.
Oh, I just
Me
took it.
Wow,
Like
good for you. That's willpower. Buddy.
I used the.
No, it's
I was
not,
like,
because this is a video game.
I
Wait,
think
hold on. If you flush the trypticane now, are you able to take it later when you're being attacked by Mad Jack?
That's a good question.
I think so. I think I flushed it and also still had some later.
Oh, it
Okay.
just stops this one instance. I had to take the tryptocane because I just didn't do enough to get him out of his addiction, and it just like he collapsed on the bed and then grabbed it and snorted.
Oh, I did what Vanessa did. I just stumbled directly into the shower, and then the scene was over. This was probably the shortest chunker of the whole thing, because I just walked directly into the shower and turned it on, and then the
Oh,
chapter
that
was
must be
over.
the. I couldn't figure out how to end this chapter.
Yeah, same. I was having a tough
Yeah,
time.
going to the shower just ends it. Like he turns the shower on, like sits down. I think he starts crying, and then it's over.
But did you get Vanessa? Did you get Shining vibes by the maitre d' guy?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's what it really reminded
Yeah.
me. I like that because I mean that's one of my favorite scenes in The Shining too, in the book and the movie.
All right, so we cut now to our good friend Scott Shelby and his intrepid sidekick Lauren. Who
Okay.
have gone to see an old acquaintance of Scott Shelby named Manfred, who owns a typewriter repair shop.
This section, one of my favorites in the game. Again, I
Yeah.
seem
Me
to.
too.
Yeah. It's stupid as fuck is what it is.
What?
Yeah, it's
but I
pretty
said I
dumb.
liked it.
Idiotic.
It's pretty fun though.
Oh,
I
my
think it's
God.
the hardest section in the game.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I realized I screwed up with Vanessa. I forgot that I sat down in a chair as a joke. I didn't wipe down the chair.
Well, let's get to it. We go see
But wait.
Manfred because we want to know
Playing
about
this-
typewriters.
Okay, you know, actually, I'll make my introduction after.
So we
was
go
gonna
and see Manfred
Yeah.
to
I'm
learn
waiting for
about
Jim to pick up this
typewriters,
thread.
who is
He's just
apparently
sitting
like a
there with
cool
his arm
friend.
crossed.
I
like,
thought you were gonna say something.
No.
Talk, Jim.
Tell us about
Oh,
Manfred.
everyone keeps interrupting everybody else. I never know who's about to speak. Okay, so we get to Manfred's shop. The idea here is that we're going to take one of the Origami Killer's letters and determine what type of typewriter he typed it with, so that maybe we can get a potential lead out of it. Mm-hmm. So we get to Manfred's shop. At first, there's nobody up front, so we decide to do some wandering around. You can go see what's in the cases. Lauren walks around, messes with like a music box at the front.
Can sit in
You
a
can,
chair.
Like, touch various. You can sit in a chair as a funny joke.
Mm-hmm.
And then you discover Manfred in the back. Manfred's like kind of like he's an old man
Mm-hmm.
who's seemingly got some memory problems. Just a good-natured old guy.
Yeah.
And he recognizes Scott. Says that you get the sense they've known each other for a long time. He immediately pours you both a drink.
I
So you
find
can have a
his
little buddy time over some scotch.
sort of like how Scott is a good-looking model because his skin's got a lot of textures. This guy was too, because he's an older guy, so like there's a lot of wrinkles and stuff, and it makes him look less like Uncanny Valley.
I agree.
I agree with that overall, but you know
Except
what
for
makes
his
them
teeth.
all look terrible in Uncanny Valley? It is when they, in between the chapters, when it will show, like in between the chapters, you
close-up
just
on
get a
their
close up
face.
of the next playable character's face, and it is like the camera is an inch away from them, and it is the worst looking thing I've ever
Oh
seen
man,
in my life.
Matt, when I originally played those games on PS3, I was like, those blew me away. Just like the detail
Me
you could
too.
see.
I was like, is that real?
Whoa, this looks like real man. Except for
It looks
Norman.
like that
was like
fucking.
that.
It looks like that
This was-
fucking Tom Hanks movie, with the train on Christmas or whatever.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that like tech demo that David Cage put out before this game, where
Yeah.
he showed like the close-ups of people's face and it looks super real and detailed.
With the actress who
Just
played
like
Lauren.
that. Yeah. But we meet Manfred. He's like, hey, I think he's like, I have a bunch of clients that have this type of typewriter. It's called like a Royal 8 or whatever.
5.
Royal 5. And he's like, I probably can't isolate the exact typewriter. He's like, but I can give you a list of all my Royal 5 clients. He's like, let me go in the back and grab that for you.
It definitely felt like, and this isn't a complaint, but it felt like movie logic of like, oh yeah, this guy can look at a piece of paper, a typed piece of paper, and just instantly recognize which model of typewriter.
Well, because he said like, look at the
swooping.
The curve of the.
I thought thing that you would see in like a Sherlock Holmes or like a murder mystery, and not that in real life it would be like, yeah, no, this could be anything.
I wonder. No, I do wonder if like real experts on typewriters can do this. I bet they can. This seems real.
Just as good at it as FBI profilers.
I would bet certain brands had like different like
fonts.
I'm sure they did, but I don't think you could.
Type styles.
I'm sure that you're right, but I don't think it would be this A, easy to figure out, and B, as accurate of it's this one model.
Is it like?
Sorry, man. Matt thinks you're a fucking fraud.
Remember that scene in Hannibal where it had like the scent experts smelling the paper, and they're like, oh, describing the elements of the perfume and what perfume it could be, and this is where Hannibal Lecter is. Is it like that? And Matt's like, they couldn't do that. That's just bullshit.
I just thought it was silly. Like, it's just, he just looks at a piece of paper and he's like, yes. See how the H swoops? Nobody else on Earth ever made a typewriter like this. Okay.
He probably knows about all the different typewriters, and
he does say it's a very common typewriter that a lot of people probably have.
I don't know, Matt. Yeah. I would bet you $10 that people could really do this in real life.
I could tell the difference between Times New Roman and Calibri. Am I a savant?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it Calibri?
Oh.
Yeah.
So
now that you have that information, now tell me which printer printed that document. You know what I mean?
Well, but with a typewriter, each of the keys was, especially at that era, was not like the original mold that they poured the iron into was handcrafted. So yeah, like there would be a variance in like a font that they used, and
a distinct type style.
I think this is real, Matt.
Magical realism for Johnny.
I think this is real. That's my hot take.
Yeah,
I'm sure some models too.
Now,
like
quick question: after you first saw the Blair Witch Project, did you you were like, that was real? Don't go. I was in
film school. I heard all about it. I knew it was not real.
Don't go to West Virginia because there's a witch there.
I've never seen the Blair Witch Project.
I think the Blair Witch Project takes place in Maryland.
It's actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's a Matt horror movie. It's all atmosphere. Nothing fucking happens, but it's scary.
That last scene.
Yeah, the last scene. But even then,
pretty good.
Nothing's going on.
Yeah, no, it's just
creepy and effective. And it's great, but it's not like the last scene is like a bloodbath.
Yeah. I think the whole last half of it's kind of scary. Like when they start to get really hopeless and all their stuff starts disappearing and they get lost.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty.
It is scary. It's the type of horror movie I like, which is the scares are the what's out there and not people being hacked to pieces by maniacs in masks.
You mean not like Blair Witch 2?
Yeah, actually, Blair Witch 2 also pretty good because the goth girls got naked.
Yeah, I was gonna say that just had a Matt girlfriend in it.
I may have watched that one several times.
And a cool Marilyn Manson song at the start. Yeah.
Anyway, Manfred dies.
Yeah,
we should say too that while you're waiting on Manfred, you hear the phone ring, or when he's doing something else, he's like, "Hey, can you answer that phone for me?"
No, that's
earlier.
You
have to answer his phone. Yeah, you answer his phone for him. The point is you're interacting with a lot of shit.
Yeah, you bring him a magnifying glass. You have a drink with him.
Oh, I forgot the Oh, did I forget the magnifying glass? No, I didn't. I just forgot the chair.
And Lauren's wandering around. She picks up a music box. She leans on one
Lauren
of the
that fucked me up.
cases.
Oh.
It was Lauren that fucked me up. She touched a phone at some point, not the phone that Scott answered. So
really?
I don't know. I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's what got me.
I missed that phone too, Matt, and it's not a phone that Lauren touched. It's the phone that you answer after you find Manfred's body.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
go back to see what Manfred's up to, and you find his dead body on the floor.
He called 911. Like it was like 911.
No, the killer called 911. So the killer killed him and then called 911 and then left.
Oh, you're right.
So he could frame Scott Shelby.
That's
And so-
not how
so, like,
I interpreted that scene, Jim. But we'll have to talk about that next time.
The point
Square
is,
Rings.
the point is, Private Detective Scott Shelby is in a 2-room business and does not notice a man get fucking murdered in the next room. Not a room with a door, just a small wall. Doesn't notice. Also,
window.
the killer's just there.
There's a window.
The killer's just there, waiting for somebody to show up so that he can murder this man.
He could have taken the window.
This fucking Origami Killer. I'll tell you what. Here's clue 1 about who the Origami Killer is. Does not have a job because he is just hanging out everywhere around town.
Do you think he was just like waiting, like in the bathroom of the shop, being like, "Someone's going to come, and then I'm going to get typewriter
maybe he's in the filing cabinet when Manfred pulls a drawer out. He pops out and stabs
Like,
him.
how does he know that this is about to happen? It's not like Scott Shelby. He's not Ethan. So the killer's just also tracking Scott Shelby and everything he's doing. Does he have his fucking apartment bugged? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Maybe he's following Lauren.
Yeah, because she's a mother of a past victim.
One thing I just thought, though, when Matt said Origami Killer, what if the killer was a little origami man?
Oh, yeah.
That would be fucking amazing. So basically, the killer is the monsters
Jason,
in that
who is a small boy who can hide anywhere.
Yeah, maybe Manfred went back into the back room. Manfred went back into the back room. He's like looking for his things. While he's reading his list, he gets bored. He folds a little origami man. And then that's how he has summoned the Origami Killer there. Then the Origami Man comes to life and is like, oh, now I'm going to paper cut you real bad in the back of your head. And that's what happened to him.
He has like a little origami sword.
Yeah.
He like stabs him.
Vanessa, can I just say, and I'm not spoiling anything, after playing through this game once, I like this scene a lot more. Do you agree or disagree?
I'm afraid to.
Okay, never mind then.
So our goal now, because Scott doesn't want to be around when any cops get there, because he doesn't want to get hamstrung by the police when they're so close to catching the Origami Killer. So he tells Lauren, we need to wipe down our fingerprints off of everything we've touched in Manfred's shop. So your job is to try to remember everywhere that everything that you and Lauren might have touched in the shop, and go wipe your fingerprints off it before you leave.
So if you fail at this, does it just zoom in on the things you forgot to wipe? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Because it just zoomed in on the bar to leave. That's the only thing it zoomed in on, like the bar and the door.
Well, did you wipe down the bar to the front door?
Why would I do that?
Because you touched it when you came in. And you
You
left
didn't
by
know
the front
that?
door.
You just sat there and waited for the cops?
Well, no, but I mean, I didn't think about that, is what I'm trying to say. So I guess it wasn't the chair. I guess the chair didn't capture any prints.
Yeah, I have a horrible confession.
Okay, I love Vanessa confessions.
I tried to save scum this 3 times so I could wipe down all my prints, and I failed every single time.
Wow! Did you forget
Did you
the
fail
door?
a different item every single time?
Yeah, because it zooms in on just like one thing. So the first time I forgot to wipe down the window because I ran to it to look out at to see if I could see the Origami Killer running away.
Origami.
And then I guess I didn't. I wiped down the glass that Scott drank from, but I didn't wipe down the bottle in the other glass.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't think
okay.
I had to.
So yeah, there's 2 things here. One is it seemed weird that just was his name Manfred and Scott were having the drink, and it looked like Lauren was just hanging out. But there's 3 glasses. You just never see Lauren drink it. She was just off frame.
He didn't really offer Laura a drink, did he?
But there was
I don't
3.
think
So
so.
there are 3 shot glasses, and you have to wipe down 2 of them. The one on the side.
maybe
I only saw
that was the
2. They're not
issue.
shot glasses. They're glasses, but I only saw 2. You wipe down the 2 glasses, and which you don't really need. I don't think you need to do, but I just did it anyway. And you wipe down the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You wipe
I
down
did
the
that
music
just in
box,
case.
everything you all the counters you touched, the
magnifying
phone,
glass,
the door,
phone.
the
Yeah.
magnifying glass.
The ballerina.
I guess I just missed that phone in the back, man.
And the phone
Anyway,
in the back,
so
the window.
Scott gets fucking arrested.
The door. Yeah.
I also got arrested.
Aw, Vanessa, you couldn't save scum this correctly.
I tried. I couldn't do it. And then I think it just moved on and I wasn't fast enough in reloading it or something.
This reminds me of the scene in Indigo
Good.
Prophecy, the bathroom. I think this was very similar feeling to that.
Yeah, that one like at the very beginning
Yeah.
after you kill that first guy. Yeah. Yeah, so I also failed this. I forgot to wipe down the phone that you touch after you find Manfred's body, so I also got arrested. I wonder if because like you can't like get arrested here. I think the worst thing that happens is you just get a little cutscene where it shows Scott Shelby in the police station and he's like, "Oh, I didn't do it," and they're like, "Okay, you're free to go."
Now,
Well,
listeners,
there's
Knows him.
Yeah, Shelby's buddies with Blake, and so Blake is like,
Yeah.
I'll take care of
Yeah.
it, pal. Don't worry.
but
about
he
it."
says it was like
buddies.
10 hours of his investigation time that got eaten up by this. However,
really?
listeners, if you have any comments about this past scene and what you think happened, please save them until next episode, because we haven't finished the game yet.
Yeah. All right, so next chapter. Let me ask you guys a question. Would you kill a man to prove you love your son?
No.
Yeah.
I would.
This is the last time I Vanessa'd it, but I didn't want to do a Vanessa playthrough. I didn't want him to be... I feel like there's ramifications if you do this, but I don't know for sure to what happens later. But I decided, I was like, you know what? I think that this idiot character would totally kill a guy to save his son. So
Yeah,
I
I think
roleplayed it.
Ethan would, actually. I think Ethan would do
Yeah.
anything to save his son.
I think would too.
But Vanessa, she don't play that way. Not gonna make me a murderer.
Can you do you have to knock on the door and after that you can leave? Is that I know that the first time I played this game I just left at some point. But how far do you have to go before you get the option to not do this?
I went real far. I knocked on this guy's door and, well, first we get, like, the message from the Origami Killer. And the Origami Killer's like, hey, go kill this guy. And then you'll get your next clue. So I went over there, I knocked on the door. The guy answers the door and he's like, geez, I don't want any junkies here. If you want your fix, you gotta come see me on the street corner. I don't sell out of my house. And I shoved my way in there. I whipped out my pistol and I was like, I got something to say. I was hoping that I could, like, ketchup this guy. You know, like, get the ketchup out of his refrigerator, put it on his head. Because the Origami Killer is not asking for a video this time. They just said, just send a photo proving that you killed this guy. And
What was
I feel
that?
like
My phone.
I could have done that. You know, with a little bit of, like, fake blood, and this guy would be understanding and be like, oh, sure, I'll pretend to be dead, and you take a picture of me, no problem.
Pretend
But-
that you're dead.
It's not my
Sorry.
dad. So I pull the pistol on him, though, and then he gets upset by this. He smacks my little hand away and pulls out his multi-shot shotgun and just starts shooting up his own apartment, like his whole apartment. He shoots everything in this apartment except for Ethan, and it's a long, extended QTE.
Well, usually you can load like
chase scene.
5 shells into that kind of shotgun, I think.
Yeah, it's a pump shotgun.
Yeah. It takes multiple shells.
So we ran all around the apartment, Ethan dodging out of the way of his pump shotgun. Eventually, he runs out of pumps, and then Ethan
Yeah,
has
he
his pistol
does.
back at this point. Then the guy pulls out a picture of his daughters, which I guess he's just, like, has in his pocket. And he's
Well, a
like,
lot of men do, Vanessa. Like,
But he's
the
at
kids,
home.
they want to show it.
You don't
But
sit
it was
around
like
in
a
your
full
house with a picture
4x6.
of your kids.
It wasn't
in
like
your
a little-
pocket.
big photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he pulls it out.
It's
He's like,
framed.
Look, I got
Pulls
girls.
a whole framed picture out of his pocket. He's like tapping on the glass. This is my daughter.
Yeah.
Tip, tip, tip.
And so then Ethan is standing there holding the gun on him, and I just put my gun away, and I was like, very sorry for the misunderstanding. Goodbye. And then Ethan's like, I'm not a killer. I'm not like you, Origami. I'm not a killer.
Do you think the guy was like, I had the
Origami.
weirdest day today? This guy came in, held a gun to my head. I tried to shoot him off. And okay, so there's some holes in your walls, Cindy and Mindy. I'm very sorry about that. Anyway, so he got me down and was about to kill me. It's like he stopped. And wasn't that weird? People are strange.
He didn't even want any dope. Jim, Johnny, did you kill this guy?
We're all stars now at the boat show. No, I totally, I shot him. I shot him in the head.
I totally murdered him.
Wow.
And I said a cool one-liner when I did it.
I was like, I have kids too. I have a kid too.
He's like he showed his picture and he's like, oh, these are my daughters, Megan and Cindy,
Madison and Trashley.
And then he got down on his knees and I was like, Cindy's nuts, and then I shot him in the head.
Nice.
Not nice. Terrible. I did not
Matt-
kill this man. You're monsters.
Oh. Wait, even
little
me?
goody two shoes.
He's a dad trying to get by. He's just trying to get by selling dope out of his fucking apartment. But, I let him go. Also, I figure Sean's already dead. I went through the coward's door. It's over.
Well, I killed him, and then Ethan feels so bad he vomits on the carpet.
That's what I did too, Jim.
Leaving all the DNA behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I aimed my controller, and I was like vomiting left and then vomiting right. Like my cat does when she has a hairball.
All right, so that's the end of that chapter. Cut to Madison Page,
Uh-huh.
who's following up on some. leads of her own.
The worst character in the game. Is
Well,
Madison
he's-
the worst character in the game?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Vanessa, do you have a different take on this?
I guess
As our
Blake is pretty
patented-
bad.
Is our patented female opinion on the show.
Right. Blake's not great with his, like,
But he's not a main character because he don't play as him.
well, no. Yeah, I guess Madison is kind of the worst.
I think Ethan and Madison both are terrible.
I think I agree with that. I don't think that I think it's because Madison has at least so far, which we are, 2/3 of the way through this game. So too late now, but
3/4 technically.
Madison has the least connection to what's going on, and
Well,
also
this
the
chunker-
least reason to be doing anything. It just feels egregious to get her in there and have her take her clothes
This
off and dance
chunker
on a
seems to
table.
imply
Yeah,
that she's kind of misleading Ethan, and that she's actually investigating the Origami Killer as a journalist, because she's like calling
I did
her
not pick
source.
up on the fact that she's a journalist until this
She
chunker.
does
She
tell Ethan
mentioned
that
it.
she's a journalist.
She says she's
early
just a
on.
fashion photographer, but this, like, she's got a guy who can tell her clues. This guy Sam. Who's
Oh,
Sam?
she has like an informant?
Yeah, like at the beginning, she's talking to someone on the phone about this.
Well, and later on, Jayden knows who she is and is like, "Oh, Madison Page, the journalist."
Well, I think he knows
Yeah.
that because the computer told him.
I don't know. I think
Yeah,
he
that's
knows
fair.
it. I think she's a
okay.
real Lois Lane. But she needs to go find out. She's trying to find out who owns the apartment that Ethan
Yeah.
did his finger chopping in.
Because
So
the police
she-
seem uninterested in this fact or
Yeah.
anything about the upstairs.
As far as
They're
the police are
uninterested in
concerned,
anything at all.
yeah, Ethan just went to
Other
a
than
random
busting drug
apartment
dealers.
building, sat in the lobby, and then went out the window.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
If
it is
you-
an apartment complex, and unless he left that door open, what are they
Yeah,
supposed
they
to
wouldn't
do?
know what apartment to go to.
Could you fail
So,
at chopping your finger off?
Can
I mean,
you?
it seems like you can fail all of these tasks, and if you fail them, you just fail them. You don't get more information.
So I guess if he failed it, then Madison Madison walks in and him just being like, "I'm a bad dad. I couldn't do
I didn't
it."
chop my finger.
That's a good question. I wonder as well what that scene is like if he doesn't chop his finger off.
Yeah.
I mean, he is still pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way.
So, Madison goes to this doctor's house, who she believes either owns the apartment or no, he owns the apartment, right? So
No,
she's
because later on Paco owns the apartment. So what does this guy have to do with
he
it?
like would know, or he sold the apartment to someone or the building to someone. I think.
oh,
He had
maybe
some
that's
connection.
the deal. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I
and
just found
he also
a
has
pamphlet for this
record-
nightclub in a drawer. Like that's
Yeah.
the only evidence I
Yeah,
have.
it's pretty stupid.
It's really thin. So this guy also has a record of, I guess he lost his license for selling pills out of pocket. So
Would you call him
she
a
goes
Terry
there-
O'Quinn type?
I didn't pick up on that. I thought he was just
Like, I
a
have to
creepy
Google
old man.
who that is.
It's
He was it
John
the
Locke from
stepdad?
Lost.
Yeah, John Locke from Lost,
Never watched
stepdad
Lost.
from the
Oh.
stepdad or whatever that was called, the stepfather.
He's a good actor, but I didn't
Yep.
see this Terry O'Quinn in this man, I'm afraid.
He's like-
So Madison shows up and she's like, "Hey, I heard you can sell me pills, mister." And he's like, "No, I don't do that." And she's like, "Oh, please." And he's like, "Okay, come in."
Yeah, yeah.
I need 2 whole boxes.
Yeah, I need 2 boxes of pills. He offers you a nice cordial. It looks like a little, I don't even know what it is, like a little sherry or something like that.
So wasn't there a Reductress article that was like woman murdered because she was too polite to refuse or something
Yeah.
too polite to leave situation.
What happens if you don't drink?
I didn't drink.
I didn't drink either.
So what
You
happens?
get to explore
here's
the
what
apartment
happened.
and look for clues.
Yeah, what happened to me is I refused the drink. He's like, "Okay, I'll go get your pills." I got up, I looked around the apartment, I found my clue, and then I left out the front door and rode away on my
Wow.
motorbike.
Fuck, you're so smart, Vanessa.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's what
thank
happened
you.
with me. I said no to the drink. He got me the drink anyways, which I was like, and then I just
Well,
didn't
that's just
drink.
politeness.
I just didn't drink the drink. I was like, oh, I'm not thirsty. And then I found the clue while he was downstairs. And then I went to the kitchen to look for. I was like, well, it hasn't told me I could leave. So I went to the kitchen to look for more clues, and there wasn't anything in the kitchen. But as soon as I stepped out of the kitchen, he hit me in the face with a baseball bat.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yep.
that's awful.
So
Yeah.
Madison is real fucked up from here on out, then I assume. Wow.
Well, no, you know what? She still looked beautiful when she put on her makeup and stuff later, but she did get knocked out.
I drank the drink and passed out, and then woke up tied to a table.
Matt,
Oh,
have you learned an
no.
important lesson about being a lady?
Yeah, I think that my experience as lady really served me in this chapter.
Oh,
fact,
wow.
I
So
took
Vanessa
multiple
didn't
drinks
get
from the drink.
any of... I think this is the first... This might be the first chapter where you can die. I'm pretty sure Madison can
Yes.
fail this.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This one, the next one, and then the last one.
So what happened after you were smashed? What happened on the table? I gotta know.
Well, I woke up in a murder basement, Vanessa,
Yep.
and he's like, oh, yeah, see, here's my...
There's a
your
body
fri-
in the corner.
He's like your new friend, Matthew, or whatever his name is. And
A
you guys
rotting
are-
corpse.
Yeah, you guys are gonna get to know each other. And he goes off about you when he hits you. He's like, you dirty bitch, when he hits you with a baseball bat. But he's otherwise polite. You're tied down to a operating table sort of thing, like a big metal table in the middle of the room. And he comes up with a drill, and he's like, this might hurt a little with the drill.
Yeah.
And he's going to start drilling your bits and pieces.
Yeah, he does aim that drill right at her vagina.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this. I hate that when we first met
It gets worse
Madison,
from here.
she's being menaced in her apartment building by masked assailants with knives that aren't even real. And now it's like, then she goes to the motel and gets leered at by the motel guy. And now she's in a murder basement. Oh, David Cage. Why?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go on.
So the doctor's like,
pretty woman in the world.
yes. So the doctor's like, this might hurt a bit, but then there's someone at the door, and he goes upstairs. It's real like heretic-y a little bit.
Yeah, you can scream, but nobody seems to hear you, and then you can you manage to break free of your restraints.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes back down, and you fight him, and then it goes from murder dungeon to just rape dungeon when he starts throwing you around and like spreading your legs and
Ew.
I'm gonna have my way with you.
Oh, he
It's
never
not great.
spread. That never happened to me.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he did like knock me. I managed to get every single. I think I maybe missed one of these. I did pretty well in this fight. Like she was kicking its ass, which is great. And except then, like so it seems to be going well. He does grab the rope that's still around one of her legs when I was about to escape and trips her. And then he throws her against a pillar, and I got this reaction time right. But then she's unconscious anyways. I was like, what's happening? Did I screw this up? I got that correct. So he throws her onto a table where the drill still is. He used the drill to get the ropes off, by the way. And he comes back, like, he throws her on the table. He's like, now this is time for daddy to have some fun. And she grabs the drill, Vanessa. She grabs it and puts it into his heart.
Whoa.
I was like, yeah. And she like messes with the body a bit. Like she knocks it down and then kicks it again after he's dead. I was like, yeah, you did. So what happened with you? He threatened her, or like, did you miss some button prompts or something, Matt?
I guess so. I mean, maybe I'm misremembering it, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Well, I guess he does
you fight around, but he
Yeah.
eventually like pins her down, and it gets real rapey.
Oh, well, I guess he's about to when she's on the table, right? Did you drill his heart?
Yeah, I drilled his heart. I definitely drilled his heart. At one point, he had like a bone saw, and he was like swiping at Madison with it. But then you like hit him, and he drops it. You pick it up and start swiping at him with it. If the game was fun to play, this would be good, but it's not. So it's
But this guy is not the Origami Killer.
No, he's just
Right?
a random other killer.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Real bad luck to be looking for one killer
Yeah.
and then you stumble into another one.
I
You
mean,
know?
what would be crazy if that happened 2 chapters in a row. Anyway, Madison leaves, and now it's time for Norman Jayden to go investigate Mad Jack.
So,
Yeah,
Matt, wait.
let's-
So
I
It
think-
fucking sucks.
this is so similar to.
It's basically everything that happened in the previous chapter. You go someplace looking for clues for one thing, and then you end up getting accosted by another.
Well, but except she's got a plan this time. But I was saying it's just like Detroit. Remember the murder basement in Detroit become human?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's exactly the same thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. He
David
likes his
Cage
murder
loves
basements.
a murder basement. And then Beyond Two Souls, it's not a basement, but I think it's like a bar where
There was like a
Men-
DLC
there's a
chapter.
bar where she gets sexually assaulted, right?
yeah.
There was a DLC chapter for Heavy Rain where like it came out later and it was another murder basement, wasn't it? Like
And
it was-
it's with Madison too, isn't
Yeah.
it? You go into a lady that has all these bird cages in her house.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember what happens in it, but I do remember that level.
Yeah. She just loves the murder basement. I love this chapter. It is 100% a thing from Alias. I do like in this sexual danger scenario, she has way more autonomy. she's kind of like, even though it seems like he's got the drop on her, she's kind of got it figured out. I really like this, and it is like an episode of Alias. And
What are
like,
you talking
down to
about?
ripping.
Are you jumping ahead?
Yeah, I was talking about the next chapter, or is that not the next chapter?
No, the next chapter is Mad Jack.
Oh, yeah, it's just like Alias, where Norman like rips his pants into a hot skirt and then opens up his shirt,
and he's like, "Oh, Mad Jack."
Mm-hmm.
So we play as Norman and Jayden. We go to this. I don't remember how we got the clue to go to this place.
It's
there
the
was something
tire
in the
treads.
Yeah.
Oh, the tire treads from the previous shop. Yeah. So we go here, and first thing we do, I don't know, maybe it's not the first thing you did. First thing I did was try to walk into the garage.
Yeah.
And then you're yelled at. You hear in the background someone yell, "Cracker!" And I'm like,
oh
no.
And enter Mad Jack, a nuanced, thoughtful character. Finally representing the diversity.
It's a horrible
of
racial
Philadelphia.
stereotype.
I will say, in the French version, he's well spoken. It's really weird.
Another horrible racial stereotype.
What does he call you
Because the
instead of
French
a
actor was
cracker
like,
in
I'm not
French?
reading this shit.
Yeah, I wonder. Like, it's very different. Like, I remember playing through it in English and it being like crazy racist, and this time it's still a little racist, but he's like soft spoken and like has good vocabulary, and it was.
So is he
it was
like
very different.
Monsieur Blanc?
I don't
Monsieur
approve
Blanc.
I don't approve of this take.
Okay. I mean, it's not good either way, but it's just different. It's weird how he's not written. I wonder if David Cage just knows bad movies, and that's why he wrote. He shouldn't be writing black men. Basically, is the answer here.
And he's also very physically large, just like the black character in Detroit Become Human.
Yeah.
But that was a good guy.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Yeah. He's a horrible racial stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
He is the guy who's managing or owns a scrapyard.
The biggest scrapyard I've ever seen.
Yeah. He lets you walk around and look for clues. There's a lot of clues in his little garage. You find tire treads that match the ones you're looking for. You find orchid pollen in the air. You also find some blood on the floor. You find a lot of Mad Jack's fingerprints around.
You see that he's painted the car blue, this Malibu.
Yeah.
So it matches.
And then you also
surveillance
find,
camera.
as you're leaving, you see just a skull in a little dugout.
Yeah,
thing.
no, it's like
I missed the skull.
It's like I don't think it was, but it almost felt like it was like a vat of acid or something that had a skull floating in it.
It was something. Yeah.
There was a skull?
It's like a pool of something. Yeah, you can lift up a piece of there's tin on the floor, like corrugated metal, and you pick it up, and there's like a skull floating underneath, and he's like, "Oh, that's from the last cop that came around here asking questions."
Ooh.
Please don't do the voice. Don't do the voice.
I shouldn't do the voice.
Insert the quote from 30 Rock, "Don't imitate other races." That Angie yells at Liz Levin.
This is stupid.
And then you fight him. And
he's like, a cop came and I put him in the acid bath in my shop.
Yeah.
What about Mary? Did the other cops be like, "Oh, that's weird. He was going to visit Mad Jack and then never came back. I guess he went the same place that all those fathers did from the Origami Killer."
He must have just left.
Yeah, there's a death risk here, and I wonder what happens if Norman Jayden dies, but I don't know.
Does it zoom in on the
lived.
Merry Christmas poster as you die? I assume it does. I spent a long time thinking about that
poster.
Merry Christmas poster. Let me put. I did get a screenshot of it. I'll put it into the chat.
Oh, good.
Because I guess Mad Jack lives in his junkyard, and he's not doing great because it seems like his place just isn't making.
Well, he's got a lot of junk.
He does have a lot of cars, like thousands, and it's the biggest junkyard I've ever seen. He has thousands of cars. He has a crane.
He's an incredibly successful businessman.
But why is his place so crappy? Like, he's just got a match, or is that just for like naps? That's not. Where
I
he
think it's
lives.
just for naps during the day. He also has a little Christmas poster because he loves Christmas. It's his favorite holiday.
Well, yeah. Who doesn't?
John, I can answer your question.
Yeah.
Because it's racist. Because this game is racist.
Oh, okay.
Biggest
That makes
junkyard
sense.
I've ever seen. This guy sleeps in his shack.
Okay. I'm just putting the picture of Merry Christmas. I'm putting Merry Christmas into the group chat. So if you want to have a look at Merry, so in.
I couldn't think of the face of like the person that this reminded me of. Not the pose, but the face of the model here. It reminds me of Maya Rudolph.
Yeah, a little bit. So there's a sexy elf lady. She's wearing some stiletto heels with like strappy
Elf lady,
sandals.
it's a Mrs. Claus. She's
Oh,
got
is it a-
Santa Claus clothes on.
Well, I don't know. I guess it's like.
I mean, a few scraps of Santa Claus
yeah.
clothes on. 'Cause
Was
that's a
Annie?
thong.
Was Annie dressing
Yeah.
as Mrs. Claus in
Yes.
the sex? Oh, okay.
That's one of the best goddamn bits in that whole fucking
It
series.
does. Yes, it is. It does look like vintage '50s porn to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not even hung straight. He's just
Doopy-doo, sex.
yeah. It does look like he blue tacked one corner of it on the wall. It's just not hung very well. I feel like if you have a nice vintage, like beef, cheesecake, not beefcake, cheesecake ad like this, you want to frame it. Like get a nice paper like frame, like within maybe a drop. One of those frames where it's like a paper surround and then it's back an inch. Get one of those cool frames for something nice like this. Don't just blue tack it
Sure,
on
yeah.
your wall. I can't believe I missed this skull.
Yeah, it's a whole
So
skull you
I
can find.
thought, I remember this fight being like involving the crane and stuff. I guess I got that wrong.
Nah, there's a pipe. He swings a pipe at you. You swing a pipe at him. He does a cool like leapfrog jump,
onto the
trying
car.
to get away from him
Yeah,
when
I
he's
thought
on the
that-
car.
I like how,
Yeah.
I guess, what's the dexterous Jayden is? Like all his fight stuff is like him jumping onto things,
Yeah.
and like they all kind of fight differently. Which
Yeah,
is
it
neat.
is. That's a good point. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, so you fight him. At least I fought him, and then like knocked him against some gas barrels that he has, and I was like, "You're covered in gasoline. If I shoot you, you're gonna go up like a sparkler or something."
But then, oh no, what happens? You start to have some withdrawals right as you're about to
And
wrestle
just
Just a
Mad
couple of
Jack.
guys swinging their pipes at each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kiss, kiss, kiss. So, in order, if you, I guess, to successfully take your tryptocane, you do have to hold like 5 buttons at once. And I did it. I didn't use my tongue this time. So, that's an improvement. What happens if you fail that check? Oh, really?
I think you die.
If you don't take the tryptocane?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you die.
Oh.
Like, he kills you.
That's not great. I thought it would lead... I think it might lead to a second fight, honestly. I think so.
Oh,
if
is
you
there a
don't get
second
this
fight?
right, there's another one. But I could... Because I feel like I failed this the first time. Vanessa, did you get all the buttons to take your tryptocane? Doesn't seem like something you'd want Norman to do anyways.
I did take it because I was very afraid that Mad Jack would kill Norman if I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. So we all took the trypto.
I don't remember if I took it or not,
so
to
we're
be honest
all
with you.
fine. You do. If you pass a prompt, you take it. All right. So next chapter, I feel like this whole next 4-5 chapters we can kind of talk about all kind of at once. So this next section opens. We're playing as Scott Shelby, accompanied by Lauren. We get to Scott's little office / apartment / house place, and she says she's gonna take a shower. We go make
there
her some
like a
scrambled
romance
eggs,
plot
which are
going
like
on
the
here?
worst looking scrambled
There
eggs.
can be.
She kind of... It seems to be
Oh,
coming
there
from
can
her,
be?
where
Gross.
she's like... lingering touches and stuff.
Yeah, I think you can kind of. I don't think it ever.
I don't like it.
I don't know, actually. Vanessa loves romance, so maybe she tried to make that spark happen between those two.
Yeah, Vanessa, did you try to make the spark happen between this?
Yeah, I sure did.
What?
I thought
Did they kiss?
I thought it was later in the game, but maybe it's here that they did have their kiss.
Prostitute and the bee.
There's definitely, yeah, there's definitely some tension between them. But so she's wanting some eggs because she's hungry. She's gonna take a sexy shower.
Yeah, Scott, I just want to say real quick, Scott doesn't, in this scene to me, does not actually seem to give a shit about his case. She's asking questions, she's got some good points, and he's just like, yeah, who fucking cares?
He turns into a big fucking whiny baby these whole next few chapters because after you serve her.
Is there
her
a way
eggs,
to make these
she
eggs
has-
not bad?
Which is why
Did anybody serve good eggs?
I don't think so.
I did.
I
She
mean,
likes
it
the
said
eggs?
it was
Yes.
good, but it just looked like one big egg lump. Like it definitely
No, I
wasn't
got that
scrambled
too.
eggs.
But when I
Yeah,
served
it's
her
like
her
an egg
eggs, which
patty.
came out like a fucking pancake, when she sat down, she's like, "I don't know if you know this, but I don't like my eggs raw." And I was like, "Okay." I mean, they're not.
No, she said, "Oh, you're a good cook." Like she complimented me on my cooking.
Okay.
Even though,
Did you do anything to those eggs?
yeah, I like flipped them a bunch of times, and then I waited till he said it was ready, and then I served it as soon as it was ready.
Okay.
I
So
wish
she
you could.
lied, is what you're saying. He doesn't so much as put a fucking piece of salt on those eggs. He does.
Yeah, I was gonna say
nothing.
he had ingredients. Like he had some mixed veg and stuff that you could have put in there. Like you could have made a meal.
You could have added a little milk. You could have put some salt and pepper in there. Could have done a lot of things. Making eggs is easy, my friends, and Scott Shelby's a fucking idiot. Also, I just want to call out the fact that he just has just two raw eggs sitting in his refrigerator. Not in a box, not in a carton. Just 2 eggs sitting on
Well,
the fucking shelf.
I mean, you can.
I want to know where you buy loose eggs.
Some fridges have those egg holders you can just put the eggs into, like older
But that's
fridges.
not what's happening here.
That isn't. You're right, Matt. I'm sorry, sir. Anyway, I made great eggs. I got a achievement for how good my eggs were. So
Jim, how were your eggs?
they're good.
I guess I'm the only one that fucked up the eggs.
Vanessa, were your eggs good?
I mean, she said they were. They didn't look good, but I think they were
Yeah.
good.
They
They
must
didn't
have
have
been
any
because
other
she told me to
ingredients.
fuck off.
I think
wow.
the trick is just to keep them on the heat until he says they're done.
I did like touch them a bunch.
I did it a lot. Yeah, you have to keep
Yeah.
doing it and keep doing it until it goes from sort of runny looking to solid looking.
But it never looks running. When he
It
cracks
does
the
change.
eggs,
It changed textures when it looks cooked for sure. She has a shower.
everybody stare at Jim. Everybody stare at Jim.
Are we still talking about eggs?
Right now, Jim's
Or
shirt
can we
says
move on?
"Asseltoe."
It says Castleton. So Lauren has a eureka moment where she's like, "Hey, we should take that list we stole from Manfred's store and cross-reference it with the list you already have of people who are subscribed to Origami magazines." And Scott's like, "I don't know if that absolutely brilliant thing is going to work. Why don't we not do it?" And she's like, "I'm going to do it anyway." And she does it, and you find one name. And what is that name,
John
Johnny?
Shepard?
John Shepard.
Isn't that the name
That's
of Mass
right.
Effect
But John
guy?
Shepard died when he was a kid.
Or is it Jack Shepard?
Yeah.
That
Was it John?
Oh,
It is
I think
John
Jack
Shepard, I
Shepard's
think.
Lost guy.
Yeah.
I just think
Jack
it's
Shepherd is
weird that
Lost
it's. I just think it's weird that it's another example of Scott, like, not like he's the private detective and she's like the sidekick or whatever, and yet she's like, "Here's an idea. What if we cross-reference these names?" And he's like, "Nah, that won't work. I guess we can do it," and then it works. Like, this really, like, not that I had a high opinion of him, but hey, I wonder why this guy's been working on this case for a couple of years. Oh, I bet I know. Because he sucks at his job.
Well, and anytime you think about, like, Lauren, you're like, oh, she's a waste of time. Why is she making me go out and do this? Like, it's interesting.
I think the game offers him a lot of alcohol as well, as if, like, you can play him as, like, a drunk private detective.
I had a couple of drinks, but not... I don't think I had any drinks in this chunker. You can probably, right? Like at his desk or something. I didn't try.
I don't know. I didn't either.
I couldn't see it.
I did like...
You can sit in various places in his house.
Yeah. You can, like, lean on his desk. Yeah. You can sit behind his desk. You can
when Lauren finds John Shepherd, she looks so satisfied. I took a picture of that where he's looking grumpy and she's like,
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about that. So, like, we cut directly to the next scene, which is Scott and Lauren at the cemetery looking for young John Shepherd's plot. And we do eventually find it. We have to find the kids' area of the cemetery.
Well, yeah, Lauren says, she talks... Is she talking to the gravekeeper guy that you talk to after? She talks...
You find his grave first, yeah. And then
because I heard her say, like... Oh, do you know
like,
where the kids' graves are? And he's like, oh, yeah, it's over in the middle.
Well, there's a lady, when you first walk in, there's a lady on your left that she goes and talks to, and then she says, the kids' graves are on the other side, and then you walk over to the other side. I went to one that had
stuff. I immediately went to the one that had stuff all around it. I was like, it's probably that one.
Yeah, oh, did you go straight to the one with a little origami on it? Weird. What a shocker. Hard to find.
Yeah. And then the gravekeeper comes up. This was almost a a Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, it was a very Tony Todd. It was a very like Tony Todd being like, "Oh, you're interested in this grave," but the delivery was very Pet Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery out the road.
Just wanted to say. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert, but I don't think you dig graves when it's raining. I don't think so.
I mean, that's when the ground would be the softest if you think about it.
Yeah, that's true.
But won't it empty when it dries out?
I mean, yeah, but it would take a while.
It would take a long time.
But then again, like, if it's time to...
Does he have a shovel?
I thought it was a rake.
Or is it a rake?
He's digging a grave.
Maybe he was just shoveling some topsoil onto a grave to plant some flowers.
No, it's clearly like a 6-foot hole.
Not digging a grave.
So this tombstone says 1967 to 1977 for John Shepherd. This game takes place in 2011, which is important for the next piece of information here.
Yeah, so the gravekeeper is like, oh, I remember what happened to that kid. Let me tell you all about it. You get a fun flashback sequence, similar to the flashback sequence we get in Indigo Prophecy, which you also play as two boys.
Yeah, it's true. And there was... so there was origami and fresh flowers by the grave.
Yard.
So this definitely is something to do with the Origami Killer, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Johnny, say, like, chase me in French.
Well, he says we're going to play Cache, which I never knew was hide and seek. But I think it was like Suivez-moi or something. Yeah, Suivez-moi is probably chase me.
Mon frère, cache.
That's this whole fucking game.
Yeah. You run around this construction site with your brother, and then eventually he's like, hey, let's play hide and seek, and you can choose to count like by one integer increments all the way up to 20 if you want, or you can cheat and skip up like 4 numbers at a time. What'd you guys do?
I thought you would get an achievement if you, because I was trying to count correctly, but they switch up the. I was expecting to press the next number, but I think it's always X, and so I screwed up my counting a few times.
I counted perfectly.
The way this plays out is that these kids, it begins with these 2 kids being thrown out of the trailer that they live in by their drunk father, who calls them pussies. Calls them brats.
Calls them brats.
And
wussies.
They're like, he's drunk. Oh, well, let's go play. A little rain never hurt anybody. And then they go play in the construction yard that they apparently live directly next to. This man seems
in the
to
middle
live,
of, basically.
This family seems to live in the middle of a huge construction yard as if they are building a fucking skyscraper. Like, it does not make a lot of sense, but the thing that really stuck out to me is that the music, the way the music swells to like scary, like frightening, dangerous
Very
music.
fast.
Every time you do anything, you climb, you jump, you walk across thin things, you like thin boards, you use steel girders or whatever as monkey bars, and every time you do that, the music is like swelling to this like dangerous, frightening beat, and then it takes you to hide and seek, and when you are done counting, it's just help me. Help me. Like nothing happens. It's so fucking anticlimactic. It's bizarre.
I love this. Because you go find your brother and he says,
No,
I don't even know how he gets in there, but like the water is like rushing through this like drainage pipe that he's stuck in. He's like, help,
My foot is
my
stuck.
foot. And like he can't get his foot out. And then like before you see what happens, like basically both brothers turn to the camera and go, all right, see you later.
So-
Flashback's over, and then then it fades out. And then
Yeah.
it's
So
done.
first of all, like the way the music implies that something terrible is about to happen every time you do something. So it's like, oh God, he's gonna fall on the rebar. Oh God, he's gonna slip and fall from this great height. None of that happens. And then when the kid finally like he falls into a drainage tunnel, his foot is stuck. He's holding onto the ledge. The brother tries to pull him out. He fails. And then he's like, I'm going to go get help. This kid has almost got water on his face. And the brother's like, I'm going to go get help. And then it just like cuts away and it's like, but help never came. He died that day. And that's fucking it. And I honestly,
I was that boy.
If this John Shepard or John Shepard's brother or whatever is the Origami Killer, like you did this, you should have stayed with your brother who was trapped and like he was holding him up. You should have stayed there and continued to do that. You know?
He's just a little baby, and
know
you
what I
couldn't
mean?
hold him up forever. I did think he should get like one of the boards that's nearby and like put the board across the thing for him to hang on to.
Anything other than I'll be back. He never
He
made
was a
it back
little
that
kid.
day.
I wouldn't blame a little kid for.
No,
No, I wouldn't blame him. My point is that it's silly.
It should have been you who died on that amusement park or that roller coaster. I did not like this scene. It did remind me of Indigo Prophecy. The kid, well, at least I didn't get the kids' bad accents this time because I played in French. But the guy says before it cuts to the flashback that the kid drowned, so you know it's not going to be any of these other things, and you're not playing as the kid that died because he says so it's all these suspense moments that Matt's talking about are pointless because you know that they're not going to happen. It's the other kid that dies.
yeah,
And I guess they're twins because the chapter's called Twins.
twins.
Yeah, I didn't glean that from the level, but
Yeah.
I did see that as
They're
a chapter
definitely not
title. so-
identical twins.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, we cut back to the present day, and the crypt keeper man has told his, I guess, graveyard maintenance man has told his story, and it's very sad, and now we go to leave. But oh my gosh. But first, like, we have a discussion about like who is keeping flowers on this grave? Why is there a little origami on it? Who's got a relationship to this dead kid? What is happening? Before we leave, we do see Charles Kramer. And man, we learned this chapter too that Scott Shelby is horny for these Kramers. He really wants these Kramer. He's really sure that this Kramer family is like they're the origami
The guy
killer.
that tells us the
One
story of
them
the
is.
twins also tells us that the survivor got adopted by somebody. And then as we're leaving, we see Charles Kramer walk up to the grave of the dead kid and
Yeah.
leave flowers? Which, first of all,
Yeah.
I think the implication is supposed to be, so I guess he adopted the other kid, and that's his son, Guido, or whatever the fuck his name.
Oh,
Guido?
you think
What's his name?
Gonzo is the
Gordy.
brother?
Gordo is the brother, but wait, that
Gordy.
doesn't make sense. Why would he be going to the grave of the dead brother?
Because
Wait, doesn't Gordy earlier say that he was involved in a drowning?
Well, he
a
said
kid?
he's the origami killer
But
and he
it
likes
was-
to drown children.
well,
Yeah,
that's what he
makes him feel
said, but we
powerful.
thought he was kidding, but maybe it was a double bluff.
It's clearly not.
Yeah.
This is all clearly a red herring. My point is simply that this doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would Charles Kramer be there? Like he's leaving flowers at the grave of his adopted child's dead brother, but without the adopted child there? Doesn't make a lick of fucking sense. You want to spoil things so bad.
Yeah.
I
Don't do it,
guarantee
Johnny.
you that when I get the explanation, I won't be satisfied because this is trash.
Matt, I guarantee you when you get
Yeah,
that-
the
I
explanation is
guarantee
trash.
you know what? I'm going the other way. I think Matt is going to be really satisfied. I think
Yeah, I'm
he's
gonna
going to
change my
want to
whole
play the
tune on this
game
game.
again immediately to pick up on all the clues
sure.
he missed.
He's like, this
And
is
he's gonna love
clockwork. This is clockwork. Every piece needs to be there for the clock to function.
Mm-hmm,
You know, every part has its role. This is beautifully assembled with no cruft or extraneous elements
I mean,
whatsoever.
it's basically the Murder on the Orient Express of video
yeah,
games.
exactly. Matt, we're joking.
Well, let's cut away from this
Sexy
scene
girl.
to another pointless scene.
My
Sexy girl. Time to play as Madison
yeah,
Page.
my
This is John's
alias scene.
by
It
the way.
beat for beat is an alias scene. Like this all happens in an episode of Alias, except it's like
John,
a Russian.
I just gotta say
nightclub.
this. The fact that this shit reminds you of Alias doesn't make it good. It just doesn't. It's bad. It's shitty. It sucks.
I enjoyed this. I genuinely
Reminded
did
me
enjoy
of
this
something
scene.
that's much better is not much of a recommendation.
I
That's
had
all I'm saying.
fun. This was like a fun adventure game scene. I liked it because you get to. Okay, so this is why I like it. You get to the club, and she's looking for Paco, who she's learned is the nightclub proprietor and might have more information on this apartment.
He owns the
she
apartment
does seem
on
to go
Marble
into this
Street.
knowing that Paco owns the
Yeah.
apartment.
Or he rented it. Paco rented
Yeah.
it from the
I
server.
And she
remember
found that she did find
knowing
that
She
ticket.
all she found was the card.
Yeah,
for the
it doesn't make any
nightclub, right?
sense. But maybe she.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
maybe
she heard
Sam
from her
gave her
buddy.
more
or
information.
Why
whatever.
didn't he just tell her that to start with then? I
Yeah, it
guess,
should-
before she went into the
Wait,
rape
was
dungeon.
Sam Sam wasn't the name of the cop you
No.
played in Indigo Prophecy, is it?
That was in
Oh,
New
okay.
York City. Well, I guess he could have moved. Anyway, so
Okay.
she goes inside. She goes inside this club, and Paco's there. And you try to talk to the guard and ask if she can talk to Paco. He gives me very Machete vibes. This downstairs guard, and Danny Trejo vibes.
He does
And-
have Danny Trejo vibes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and there's but you do get some shots of Paco. He doesn't look Latino. He looks like Louis C.K. I'm just gonna say it. He looks
Yeah, Louis C.K. dressed as a zebra.
Yeah, Louis C.K. in his fursuit, but with his hood off
Yeah.
and his chest hair showing. Mm-hmm. So she sees him checking out. He's got one lady already over him, and he's checking out.
There's a lady dancing that he calls over.
Oh,
Right.
that's right.
That's
He's like,
how
yeah,
Madison figures out that he likes sexy girls.
He enjoys, unlike most men, this man enjoys sexy girls.
Having
But
to
she-
walk through this crowd of people, by the way, real fucking nightmare.
It's just like real life. You ever try to walk from one side of a club to another? It sucks.
It is just like real life, except in real life I can turn my head and like look around and find an easy route, or say like find a bathroom without having to turn my whole body towards it.
I thought the bathroom was up the stairs and everything. I really got this
I went to
wrong.
the corner of the bar. It wasn't there. I went up the stairs. It's not there. I went to the dressing room thinking I must be able to change my clothes there. Nope. It's the lack of being able to control the camera is, particularly in this scene, fucking infuriating.
So you find the bathroom. Finally, it is lit in big like neon signs. However, there is no control of the camera really, so you can't see it until you walk to one specific corner of this nightclub. And so I decide to rip my dress to make it. Although do you think Paco would have noticed that the hemline was ragged?
No, anybody would have. I think that if she had walked out of the bathroom with her ripped dress, I think every mean girl in the place would have flocked to her like fucking flies on honey and been like, "Oh, sweetie, look at your ripped ass dress."
No, they would have been sweet. Drunk girls are so nice. They would have been like, "Oh my God, did something happen to your dress?
I got another dress in my bag. I can go get it from Coach.
No, you look so good."
I mussed my hair a little, although it was still a pixie bot. Like
it's
pixie
exactly the same.
Exact same.
Yeah. I grabbed my eyeliner, and here's where I thought, like, if you screw it up, does it turn into The Substance with Demi Moore at the mirror? Just, like, real messed up makeup, looking nightmarish, if you get these mini games wrong.
You put
and
on
she comes to Paco, and she comes to Paco like,
unbutton a single button on your blouse, and that is the extent of Madison's sexing it up.
I should have failed these mini games to see what happens if you get the makeup wrong.
I failed the dance mini game several times.
Oh,
and
really?
You know what happens?
What?
Nothing.
Oh.
It makes you do it again. There's a particular shot when you have the option to hit dance, where it like zooms in on Madison's face, and she just like suddenly looks very happy. She's like. She like smiles, and I saw that 7 times.
I would say this scene is the only time in the game where she's given a really good like facial performance, or maybe that the capture worked really well. Like she looks like she's having fun. I enjoyed again, I'm a sucker for this kind of Alias style nightclub scene where she seduces a gangster and then makes him pay for being a gangster. But so she dances for him, and he's like, "Come over here, baby." Because you dance great. I got this first try. I'm amazing at seductive dancing. I made her look real hot and sexy, and Paco was like, "Yeah, I am into this." And he calls her over. He kicks away the other girl, and you could be like, "Oh, do you want to talk about something? We should go talk somewhere more private." And that's what I did. And as you go off, she's like, "Okay, I'm in control. This plan is going to work." You see, I don't know if you checked in her purse after you put the lipstick on. She has a little gun in there.
Yeah.
She's got a little gun. You can look at the gun again in the hallway after the guard lets you in. And Vanessa, how did you seduce? How do you play this scene?
Well, she goes in there, and she's, like, really terrible at being undercover. Because, like, they get in there, and she's like, and he's like, "All right, show me what you're working with." And she goes, "I thought we could talk about apartments and what apartments you own." And he's like, "No, I didn't bring you up here to talk about real estate." And then she's like, "But what if we just talk? I think there's been a mistake. I'm going to leave." And then, of course, because Madison can't go 2 minutes without being sexually menaced, he pulls out a gun and demands that she takes her clothes off.
So I did. I like started unbuttoning, and he's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Oh, we're having fun." Then I took it off, and then I thought about lamps. I was like, "What about that lamp? There is a lamp right there." Then I picked up the lamp and bumped him on the head.
Yeah, she bends over, which gets him very excited, but then she grabs the lamp and smacks him after she's taken off her shirt. And this was another stupid Madison scene that did not have to exist of men trying to sexually assault Madison.
Yep. Mm-hmm. There's another. You get a little more to the scene when it cuts and she has him taped to a chair, and she's interrogating him. And at one point, his guard comes up and was like, "Hey, boss, you okay in there?" And all she can think to do is make orgasm sounds.
I love her
until it
face
goes away.
and his face, because his face is stuck in this oh.
She's
so
making orgasm
excited,
sounds.
yeah.
He is just stunned, which I don't like. You are tied to a chair, and
I had a gun
held...
pointed at his head during this whole orgasm thing too.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense that he doesn't like cry for help or anything.
And then Paco
tells
when
you play with
that,
his balls.
What does he tell you?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you grab his balls. Yeah, you get a nice prompt for grabbing. His junk.
So what did Louis C.K. do to deserve
He tells you that
this?
he rented the apartment to somebody named John Shepard. That's what you learn.
Oh yeah,
Jim?
he said he knows John Shepard.
What did Louis C.K. do to deserve all this?
You know what he did.
Well, I mean, are we really going to talk about the crimes of Louis C.K. on the podcast?
That's just what I thought to myself as I was holding him a gun.
But yeah. So yeah, we get the
This is like some
information
Casino
and,
Royale
that's
style
the end of the
ball
scene.
torture, though. Not necessary.
Yeah, a lot of.
He
But the tables
deserved it.
turned.
Yeah, but I like when Madison walks out. I don't know if you guys listened to her monologue on the way out, but like there's one option where you leave and she's just like, "I did so good." It's like, hey, you did a great job almost getting sexually assaulted at gunpoint and then torturing a man. Great job. All right, so we cut to the next chapter. This one also takes place in the club, but now we are a Mr. Norman.
This is the last chapter of the
Jayden.
Junker. We did it, gang. We almost did it, gang. We're so close to being have done it.
Yeah. So we flash our FBI badge around in order to get access to Paco. We go into his office, and oh my gosh,
I love
Madison
the split
killed
screen.
him?
There's some really good shadow work in the split screen where you see like someone with a fedora aiming a gun at him. He's like, "What are you doing? Don't kill me, no!"
I will say one thing I do like about the direction of this game is when the screen splits and you see something happening concurrently with what your character is doing
me
in
too.
the level. I
neat.
like it when that happens.
That wasn't a complaint. I like this scene a lot. So Norman, I guess, doesn't hear the gunshot because it's a busy club.
I can see that. Like, it's super loud in there with the music and the
It's like in the movie Mortal Kombat when Sonya Blade goes to that concert to catch Kano, and she's firing that shotgun in the middle of that Matrix techno concert, and literally nobody reacts.
It's not like that when that happens in an episode of Alias, everyone starts running, and then Alias jumps on the heads of people and does a spinning flying kick off a table. Norman Jayden should have done that.
Cool. Yeah, he should have. But we find Paco dead in his office. Oh my gosh, the killer is still there, guys. And he's dressed like the Shadow from that old 1950s.
So Alec Baldwin played the guy, but his brother played the actual Shadow, right? Which one was it? Does anybody remember?
Stephen Baldwin or Billy Baldwin?
Stephen's little.
It must have been Stephen. It wasn't
Billy.
Billy. No.
Okay.
There's no way.
There's
it was
another
Stephen,
one though,
yeah.
isn't there?
So, does this ruin our assumption that the serial killer is actually Jason who faked his own death, or do you think it's like multiple kids? Because this killer is taller than
Maybe it's
Yeah,
Jason sitting on
thinking.
another kid's shoulders, and
'Cause
that's
he's
why
taller
Oh,
we're
he's
than
got
normal.
Sean. He's sitting on Sean's shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you get menaced by he's wearing a fedora, a balaclava, and a trench coat, and he fights you in Paco's office.
I do like that Paco has some samurai swords on the wall, and he does take one off and assault you with it, which is fucking fun. I wanted to
he
get
does.
that samurai sword out of his hand and get to assault him with it, and this game failed me. Wow,
I got
you
sliced
suck.
a couple times.
I got
by this
yeah.
guy's sword.
I missed one
a
prompt,
couple
so I
of
had a
prompts.
big slice across the back of my suit.
Oh no.
I didn't get sliced once.
Well, fine. I did get thrown into a fish tank, though.
Well, I don't think that you can do anything about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Mr. Paco Killer does beat us up and escape. As Norman, we can put our trusty Ari glasses on and find some clues in here.
Yeah,
Did
he's
you guys
like,
find any good
"Oh,
clues?
Madison was here.
Madison.
Yeah, you find a couple things from Madison. You find her gun.
You find her
you find
duct
two
tape.
guns.
Her fingerprints on the duct tape.
You find
Yeah.
her duct tape and her
Oh,
lipstick.
I didn't find her duct tape. I found her lipstick.
Yeah.
I found her fingerprints. You find the killer's gun. You find an orchid residue trail, which, okay. So you know it was the Origami Killer that was there.
You find this was the last one that I found, and one that I almost walked over is near the door. You find that you've ripped off one of the killer's coat pockets, and there's two receipts to the same.
And
gas
there's
station.
a bullet casing for and his 45 is in the corner.
Oh, there's two different
Yeah.
bullet casings in there.
Oh, I
yeah,
only
for
found
two
one.
different guns.
Why would
I
there
only
be
found
two?
one. There's
Oh
two
no,
guns.
sorry. I thought the other one was a bullet casing, but it was
Yeah.
Madison's lipstick. Yeah, two guns.
one is Paco's gun,
one
and one
bullet
is the
casing, and a
killer's
lipstick.
gun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you just leave. You don't tell
And,
anybody that the
you don't
boss
call
is
it in.
dead. You don't call the police.
you don't
I tried
call
going
back
upstairs.
up.
Did anyone else try going upstairs to chase?
Yeah,
Jason?
I thought that the killer had like maybe gone up into the catwalk, and I'd be able to chase them through the catwalks and everything.
Yeah,
But no, he just kind of gives up pretty
nope.
quickly. And he also has his special glasses, which I assume would be able to, I don't know, track the scent of the
Have lasers.
orchid or something,
Toot, toot.
or you know, body heat trails, something. But no.
All right, well, that's it for this chunker. Next chunker, we will be finishing the game. So if you're playing along, play until you find out who the Origami Killer is. Before we take off this week,
Did
Matt,
you
what
say
are you squarely
play
against,
until you
buddy?
find out who the Origami Killer is?
No, you can keep playing after.
Yeah, finish the game. Yeah, finish the game.
Save your spoilery comments till next episode.
What am I squarely against? So much. The multiple sexual assaults were not great. Not good. So I think that'll be my main squarely against.
Does what Madison does to Paco count as sexual assault?
Yes,
Does it?
but
No, it does not.
well, I guess it's more torture to get information. She's not getting any kind of personal gratification out of it, or is she? We don't know. I didn't use the left trigger to get her inner monologue about ball crushing.
She should have ripped the bottom out of that seat and tied a knot into a thick rope, and it would have been a lot easier for her. Also, just a lot of the little things in this chunker that I found incredibly stupid, like the really bad twin scene that like felt like when it was written and created, like the people making it thought it was going to be so impactful, and instead was just the stupidest, blandest bullshit ever. And the stupid typewriter guy that just falls over dead in his back room because the Origami Killer knows everything. The guy is fucking psychic, apparently.
It's true.
Yeah.
He knew about Paco and he knew about typewriter.
He knows about fucking everything. I think that the Origami Killer might be God himself. That's what I think. Omniscient,
Ooh.
omnipresent. Anyway, that's what I'm squarely against. What about you, Vanessa?
I guess I gotta be squarely against all of the sexual assaults against Madison. I'm sorry.
You can't
It's
take
just,
my squarely against. I already took that, so you can't be squarely against
I'm
it.
fine. Then I'm roundly for
No. Where's this going?
no, I'm not roundly for Mad Jack. I'm squarely against Mad Jack. Mad Jack
That's right.
was
I forgot about the racism for a minute.
an unnecessary character. It was not necessary. They took the Madison chapter with this random murderous doctor and followed it up with a random murderous like junkyard owner,
I get
operator,
it. I get
worker. Like
No, I hear you. So what you're saying is that this game is woke, and you're against it because it included a black man.
I'm saying that not every person that these people go and interact with needs to be a serial killer. Or,
Yeah, I like the world David
Yeah.
Cage lives in is fucking
although,
terrifying.
as far as we know, that cop was Mad Jack's only victim. So I can't really go around calling him a serial killer. Maybe it was his first time.
It's true. But he was going for a second victim, so doesn't that...
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I'll be squarely against Mad Jack. What about you, Johnny?
I'm roundly for getting to have a sexy nightclub torture scene like an Alias. What a fun time. I'm sorry you all overinterpreted it and thought about the context of what was happening to her, because she seems to enjoy the torture and
Did
like
you
get...
overinterpret it, or did you just see something that reminded you of something you were like, and like a magpie was like, shiny, I love this, I need it, I love it.
I thought this scene was really fun the first time and really fun the second time. So that's what I'm roundly for. What about Jim?
I am roundly for Ethan having the chutzpah to execute that guy in his own home for his
Fucked
son.
up.
That's a dad for you. That's what.
All right, I
dads
gotta
do.
peace out. Sorry, I fell asleep it took 4 hours to fall asleep tonight, so I need a little nap before work.
Okay.
All right.
That's okay, Johnny.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Johnny.
Love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
You can tell he's Gen X because he said he was going to peace out.
Yeah.
All right, guys, before we sign off for the week, let's do a quick round of level ups. I'll go first this week. I watched a movie called Sharp Corner, starring Ben Foster, about a man who moves sharp.
How many sharks
corner,
are in it?
Not Sharp Corner, Sharp Corner. A guy moves his family into a home that's like on the edge of like the sharp corner on like a local highway, and it turns out there are a lot of fatal car accidents that end up in his yard, and he becomes obsessed with them, and actually more specifically obsessed with the idea of being the one to save someone from the wreckage of one of these crashes, that he becomes obsessed and it starts to ruin his life. It is a really good movie. I would say it's on Prime. Well, it's not on Prime, actually. You'd have to rent it. I think it was a $5 rental. I'd say check it out. It's pretty good.
Wow.
Ben Foster. He's the lead actor. And he's really good in it. It's kind of a little showcase for him. He plays like kind of a meek, like tech worker guy, and becomes like kind of traumatized by these accidents that happen at his house, to the point where it kind of
I don't know him. What else has he been in?
Hell or High Water, The Mechanic, and 310 to Yuma. So you wouldn't know him either way. I don't either. Don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff. I would say if you haven't seen any Ben Foster stuff, he's probably one of the better actors around right now. He's done a lot of real good stuff. Have you seen 30 Days of Night?
I can't imagine a worse example of this guy's a good actor than pulling out 30 Days
I don't know.
of Night.
That's at least an older movie. He's good in it too. But yeah, he's good. He's in that really bad X-Men movie, The Last Stand. He plays Angel, the guy with the wings. But yeah, he's a good actor. That's a good movie. I also watched another movie called Marshmallow. about a kid who, after his grandpa dies, decides to take a little vacation and go to summer camp. And it's like a horror movie, or it starts out like it's going to be a horror movie and then turns into something completely different.
So it's not a horror movie?
So, I like that quite a bit too. It is a horror movie, but it turns into a different kind of.
So it's not like a horror movie, but then halfway through the movie, it's a rom-com.
No. It is a good movie though. I thought it, like, for its budget and for like how indie it is, I thought it was really well done. So that was also like a $5 rental on Prime, I think. And I bought a new car. That was cool. Matt, how did you level up?
I played a little bit of that hot new roguelike, The Rogue, Prince of Persia. That is the second 2D platforming Prince of Persia game that came out last year, something like that. And this one came to Game Pass, so I downloaded it, and it is pretty neat. If you like a Metroidvania-ish style 2D platformer, this is a good one to check out. If you like roguelikes, it's a good one to check out. It's got neat stuff like different paths you can take from the start and from each area, but you have to unlock them. The combat and the movement's all really good and fun. There's a lot of wall running, which is pretty cool for a 2D platformer to include like wall running. It's good. It's a good fun time. I also started reading a book, which I have not finished, so I'm not quite ready to give it like the full-throated recommendation, but I did kind of want to talk to you guys about it because it's weird.
How weird?
Pretty weird. I started reading a book called The Iron Truth. Actually, give me a moment. I'm going to pull it. I always like to mention the author's name, too. All right, here we go. The Iron Truth by S.A. Tholin. And let me give you the blurb. It is kind of a military sci-fi novel. It says, when miners on a remote colony dig too deep, the golden age of space exploration comes to a bloody end. A corruption springs from alien soil possessing every mind it touches. Which throws the galaxy into civil war, and this new government or whatever arises called the Primatere, who are basically space marines. And then, so this is a book that has two like dual protagonists. The first one is a nice young lady who was a Mars colonist who signed up to be on a what do they call them? Like a colony ship, you know? You're going to get frozen and you're going to travel for 30 years and then you'll wake up and you'll colonize a new planet.
It doesn't take 30 years to get to Mars. It takes like a month.
No, she lives on Mars, but then she goes from Mars to somewhere else.
I see.
And unfortunately, she wakes up like 100 and some odd years later, the colony ship having crashed onto a terrifying planet that's all dust and lightning and spiders. And then the second protagonist is a Warhammer 40k Space Marine who is there with his squad. He's the commander of the squad, leading a mission to find a missing ship. No, it's not her ship. However, what makes it kind of weird but interesting and fun is that when they meet each other, guess what happens?
They fall in love. They
do, in fact, fall in love, and it is kind of a romance novel about a very relatable character. Like she's almost, it's sci-fi, and she's not from today. She's from 100 years in the future or something. But she's a very relatable, like somebody that is from a world that we understand, and then she comes out of stasis in this terrifying world, having found everyone that she loves dead, and meets a fucking Warhammer 40k Space Marine, and they fall in love. It's fucking weird. It's very weird. It's not what I expected, but I'm really enjoying it. It's a good fun time. And it's like it's long and it's really dense. I'm about halfway. I'm over halfway through it. I'm like 65% of the way through it. The action's really good. It's really well written with like the two protagonists and their different perspectives. She's an optimist and she's like, she wants to believe the best. And, you know, she still has like a beautiful view of colonization and the galaxy and like humanity expanding. And then this other guy who is a Warhammer 40K Space Marine who has a very negative view of the universe and is very much a zealot for like a weird dogma that's not religious but reads like a religious dogma of like purity and keeping your mind pure so that these terrifying like cosmic horror alien monsters that they call demons can't infest your mind. Even though they call them demons, what they really are is like, it's like a mind virus. They don't turn them into zombies, but anybody that gets infected by it just turns into a mindless killing machine.
Oh, goodness.
And like, yeah,
Like
kind of
the
like the
hiss
hiss and
and
control,
control.
to the point that in this future time, the Earth got infected and they had to annihilate every living person on the surface of the Earth. And nobody's allowed to go there anymore because it's the mind virus. The demons are there, as they put it. And this guy, this Space Marine guy, is really fucked up over it. Like, he is scarred. It's weird, and it's kind of like part of me. The reason I wanted to talk about it is because part of me wonders, like, is this a kink? I
what
want to
sense?
fuck a Space Marine from Warhammer a kink?
I don't know if it's a kink. It's just an ambition.
Ladies love a man in uniform.
in battle armor who are weird religious zealots for their fucking crazy space empire. It's fucking weird. It's a weird one, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm more than halfway through it, and it's a good fun time. Not a big, like, I haven't finished it yet, so it could fall to pieces, but it seems like it's pretty good. It's part of a short series of 4 books, and I'm excited to finish it and continue on with the series that is The Iron Truth, a really good, fun book. S.A. Tholen, something like that. Female author. So I don't know if that makes a difference to you. To me, I did have to look it up because I saw the name and was like, is this some guy's weird power fantasy kink about being a Space Marine and like landing the hottest babe around? But no, it's not. It's the other way. It's the other way around. Weird
It's
stuff.
the hottest
Anyway,
babes around. Weird fantasy
the hottest babe
about
around
landing
so
Marine.
fucking, yeah, it's fucking weird. But it's good. Anyway, that's how I leveled up. What about you, Vanessa?
I have been playing a very special video game. It's a game that I've had on my list to play for a long time. A game I'd played a little bit of, but had never finished, and finally went back to. And that
Vampire
game
the Masquerade
is...
Bloodlines.
Nope, it's We Love Katamari. I had never played a full Katamari game.
Did you say Wheel of Katamari?
Wheel of Katamari. No, it's we as in all of us. Love as in the emotion that humans pretend exists to get through their sad, pathetic little lives. And Katamari as in Katamari. I'd played the original Katamari Damacy some. I never owned it, but I had a friend who did. And I was never great at it. And I love the concept. I love the art. But never quite was able to land it. But recently
The
I've been
concept
feeling
being
like...
you're a giant that rolls around the world and sucks everything up.
Yes. And so this past week I started feeling the urge to play a game with some real global scale destruction. You know, it was just in the mood to absolutely wreck everything. And so I found We Love Katamari on Game Pass and downloaded it, and I completed it. I was able to actually Katamari all the Katamari levels. It was, I think, pretty forgiving. I had to try a few times to be able to get past them, but not that much. The king, didn't love me. He was like, this Katamari is just barely passing. But, it passed, and I was able to finish the game. I like the King a lot. He's a total Vanessa boyfriend. I also watched
Weird.
Superman. It became available for home rental.
Did you
and
watch it
rent
again?
I did. No, I watched it for the first time. Did I talk about this last week?
You must not have. It must have been the weekend
No.
Yeah.
with the whole neighbor
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hadn't seen it. I enjoyed it. I liked the actor playing Superman. I thought he did a fine job. I really liked, what's her name as Lois Lane? I can't remember either of their names right now. I am sleepy beepy.
No, the guy's name is David
Yeah.
Corn Sweat. I don't remember.
Her name is the
name
marvelous
is
Mrs. Maisel.
Rachel Brosnahan or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Brosnahan,
And
that's right.
Nicholas Holt as Lex Luthor was... I thought he was pretty Nicholas Holty, but I liked it. I think that it's a good contemporary interpretation of Lex Luthor to just have him be a whiny crybaby. And that's what Nicholas Holt was able to bring to the role. And it was good. It was very comic booky. Like, it felt like a comic book story and movie. It did a good job of conveying Superman. I liked that it had, like, Cat in it and other more obscure Daily Planet staff members. Rather
Steve.
Yeah. I liked that Jimmy Olsen is apparently this huge heartthrob that everyone's trying to get with, and he really just came across as a very average guy. So that was fun. Yeah, good Superman movie.
I watched it again this weekend with the fam, and everybody seemed to like it. My mom, who watched it with us, really liked how similar or how much it had the vibe of the Christopher Reeves Supermans.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter really liked Crypto, and she liked Eve Testamacher a lot, and of course lost her mind when never mind, cut that. Don't put that in there. Lost her mind at the end when a certain thing happened. Yeah, I was pretty shocked. Not shocked, but I was pleased to see that everybody seemed to enjoy it. It kind of hit all the buttons for everybody.
Yep. And I liked Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, the douchiest DC character, perhaps.
Yeah. The biggest asshole in the DC universe.
Yeah. And he did a good job of conveying that.
How did you feel about Mr. Terrific?
I thought it was fun to have that character in there. It's not a character you see a lot of. And
Something Jim and I discussed in our Superman bonus episode was that when he first showed up, I was like, what the fuck? He's like floating in he's like sitting in a chair basically, flying through the sky. And I was like, oh, this is not good. And by the end of the movie, I fucking loved him. He was delightful.
yeah, so if you like superhero movies and you've been sitting them out for a while, as I think a lot of people are, and you haven't committed to Superman, why not commit? You could have
why
a
not
worse
commit?
time.
Put a ring on it.
Put a ring on it. Put a big kryptonite ring on it.
And then die from kryptonite poisoning. And then clone yourself and put your brain into the clone's body. But pretend like you're your son. And then find an angel and convince the angel that it's Supergirl. But then she's going to leave you to fuck her horse.
All right, shut the fuck up. All right, that's it for this episode of Square Roots. Before we take off, I would like to remind everyone that we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/Square Roots Podcast. On it, you can find all of our great bonus content. We did just put out a great bonus on Frog Fractions, plus a little friendship game that Johnny made us play. Next month, I don't know whose month it is in September, but we'll have some fun stuff planned for sure. If you'd like access to all that great content, you can get it at the $3 subscription tier. At the $5 tier, you get access to all that content, plus the ability to vote on games that we play on the show. Another benefit of being a patron, no matter what level you subscribe at, is we like to personally thank some of them on the air every week. And I'm going to start us off this week by thanking Star Healer, Isaac Wright, Ed Earl, Bree Girth, Ed Franco, respectable name, definitely real non-AI person, Daniel Wood, Johnny Five Alive,
I'd like
and
to thank
Brian Pitt.
Eric Garby, Ron, Andy Best, Tom, Ian Frederick, Butts on Parade, Andy Smith, Loafing Around, Ross Hartley, and Wash in the Wind.
I'd like to thank Samu Mitchell, a dyslexic JRPG hero killed my dog, Rubber Bear, Julie, Jason Timms, Huxley Iguana, John Scala, Jesse's Mom's Pizza, Hayden Neff, and Ari Kopavara.
And I'd like to thank David Arnold, Anthony Lerma, Ryan, Andy M., Jake Dickerson, Himbo Baggins, Tracy, the Borg Queen, Nick, Chris Sasaki, and Cameron Shoei.
All right, everyone. If you'd like to send us an email to have read on the air, you can email us at squarerootspodcast@gmail.com. Come see us at our Facebook group, the Square Roots Podcast Group for smart, cool, very attractive people, or on Blue Sky at squarerootspod.bsky.social. Please rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, Ghana, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you to Stephen Morris for our Square Roots theme. You can find Stephen on YouTube. Links in the show notes. For Square Roots, I'm Jim Banks.
I'm Vanessa. For Johnny Brandon. And for myself, I'm Vanessa.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.